break me down, but I'll stay till the finish line. And I've been counting minutes for quite some time now, just to see you again. And I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been finding ways to get away, to see you again, see you again. We got millions of reasons to let it all go. Hope we're not too broken. I know I'm not always strong. And I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been finding ways to get away, to see you again, see you again.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. Play me like a bass guitar, simmer down and mash me up, tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Drive me around in your red Ford, shivers down my spinal cord. Oh, 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 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Holding. And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. And I'll be running, possessed by a low, low voodoo. Fired up like a wolf on a full moon. And we're stuck in a la la land. The tides will turn without us. And I'll be killing time like I might be a cartoon. Take it in real life like haiku. I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Play me like a bass guitar, simmer down and mess me up, tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the Tactical 8 Pro Am Tournament. I am Porosaurus. Joining me once again is the Steezy
Heyo.
BB. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How about you, Poro?
Oh, no, I can't hear you.
Oh,
There he
am I
is.
good? Am I good?
There he is.
I'm good. I'm good.
Found
How
you.
are you, Poro?
I'm good, man. Did you have a good holiday break? Or
Yeah.
well, you're Canada, so I don't know.
I took a little 3-day. It was good.
Yeah,
It's
you
good.
went up to the mountains, had a
Yeah.
nice little time hanging out up there. Yeah.
Frolicked in the snow, just went meandering around. It was a good time. Voice might
did
be a
the,
little bit hoarse because of it, but that's just because of the
you-
snow. Just because of the snow.
Snow does weird things, apparently. I went the absolute opposite. I went to family in New Orleans, so We got inundated with rain and turkey, but no
I want to
snow.
go to New
No
Orleans.
snow.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, you guys can't handle it, but it's okay. We'll teach you.
Okay.
Speaking
From Americans with American beer. I'm sorry, guys, but you guys drink water.
Wow.
We drink real liquor.
Wow. All right. Canada actually talking to us about New Orleans. All right. Well, we have one day in the books so far, guys. And after that first day, you can see Liberate in first place with 75 points overall. Cozy Crew right behind him. Ascendant's right behind him. And I think if we remember correctly, it was kind of looking like a log jam at the top, and then kind of a log jam in the middle, where there was a bunch of teams that if they had one good game would find themselves kind of in the mix up there at the top, right, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, I think we saw the 3 or 4 top teams kind of starting to pull ahead a little bit. The mid pack teams, it's still not that far of a gap. They could pick it up. There's a couple teams I could totally see picking it up and kind of bridging that gap to that top 5 and making a name for themselves here.
Definitely a possibility. And like you said, I mean, we've only got one day in the books, and we still have 3 more, including
3 more.
today. So
18 more games.
Plenty of time.
Another fun plane. We got the classic, what we talked about last time, breaking it up into thirds, which I always like. Normally means it's going to be interesting.
Can't believe you like that plane. I would have thought you had hated that plane. That's not a very good plane. It's all the way over to the west. What about all the people
for me? Perfect for me, and all that matters is me. So.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll take it. You gotta look out for number 1. All right, and number 1 is always going to be the Steezy BB. But as a result, we're seeing a whole bunch of teams, whole mess of teams heading over to this west coast here, the southwestern part of the main island.
That's pretty wild. Seeing that many teams in that Quarry Prim West Coast area as a Prim team, I'll tell you that can make for some craziness, because when you're one of those teams that loots that area, it's all this split loot compounds, right? So
looks like we might have a hype drop here between RID and Dragon at the Prio compound, the God compound, Tempo compound, whatever the hell you want to call it. It is getting some love early. Flax, I think. So I don't think they got down just yet, but they are collapsing on this. They want to get rid of Potato and Taste-Stew as quickly as possible. Yeah, Junior already down. Taste-Stew down to nothing. He's going to go down as well. Sweet Potato, we'll see if he can maybe do something here. If he can maybe trade one, get one kill and maybe a flush. He's got that Uzi. And Wally Structor already at half HP. A little pre-fire from Sweet Potato. Not going to find anything. Deer Cart will be looking out the window. Sweet Potato expecting it. And Sweet Potato, you got to have your buddy up here. Okay. Never mind. You can just headshot him in the face. That SLR and RID down to just 1 now. Only a minute in, 2 minutes in.
And look at that! Look at that circle too. They're gonna be happy they cleaned this up fast. If this had been one of those standstill hot drops, that would have been really frustrating on this zone. We got a mill base.
Oh boy! Now is it a mill base? Are you giving? Are you 100% sure?
The only time I've ever seen these really, really hard shift all the way back is when it's a little bit more centered up and it pulls towards that C9 hill. But on this one, I have seen them end really close to the bridge before. So maybe we could see some craziness there.
And we have seen some pretty nutty circles. Water has been getting a lot of late game love lately, it seems.
me and the team, one time we had exactly this circle, and we kind of hard trolled in scrims a little bit, but we went for a Fairy Pure Docks and Dog Shack split on mill base.
Oh, why not?
Work out so great. SDK with the pull up. So word of advice: don't do that split.
Who would have thought that split would not have paid off? Unreal.
But yeah, it's a fun circle though. This one cuts out like half of the circle is unplayable. So we're going to have C1 action. That's just the best part about zones like this. Whenever it's like even a third unplayable, you'll get like action by C2. But when half of it's unplayable, hopefully we get some seed swap madness like we did in day 1.
Well, 3 minutes in, looks like most teams are still finishing up their looting. Does look like Dips Free is going to be leaving Pachinki now. We already have one squad. I think that's DX that have made their way over to the other side of the island, the intersection.
That's a good rotation to go fast on, because they went before Nightly could even group up, and they have the prio compounds on this zone.
Absolutely. They look like they're favoring just the west side of the street for right now. We'll see if they send somebody. It looks like they are going to send somebody over there. So yeah, as you mentioned, Knightley kind of taking their time over in Millie, finishing that up. And then you also have Tilt Town coming from Novo. They have sent Laser all the way over to the compound by the beach, and you can see him just kind of hanging out by himself. Everybody else, though, still off on the eastern side as Dips Free is going to be making their way from Pachinki, finding the bridge free and clear for the time being, and it looks like they might want to stop.
It is dangerous when you got one guy split like that and you're the Novo team. You want to send some backup pretty quick here, especially when you're in a prio position like that. The thing with compounds like where Laser's at, and I've talked about this before, there's other compounds when if you have sight lines on oncoming traffic for a long time, you can play that as a solo, no problem. But when you're in an enclave like this, where you're basically surrounded by defilade, generally speaking, when teams come at you, they're not going to be taking their time for a full scout. It's really often a send. So it makes it difficult to hold compounds like this. So I'd expect Laser to either back off if his team's not going to meet up very quickly, or for the rest of Tilt Town to come in soon.
Well, they may run into a little bit of trouble with that as Snow Patrol has now made their way across the bridge on the eastern side. It looks like Doobie and Islow maybe caught vision here of Mitchy Boy as they make their way through. No shot's going to come out. Zuki Boy going to be passing right by Islow as well, and it looks like nothing coming out from Tilt Town. So they do not want the fight right off the bat.
I think, like I said, I think they recognize that they just need to get going, because if they get cut off from Laser and split up their team a little bit here, it's going to spell trouble for them.
Yeah, it's getting pretty late. Getting pretty late in the day.
It looks like there might. Oh, never mind. Sorry, observer glitch maybe.
Yeah, we've been having that a lot here lately. I was getting pretty confused, but always fun. Okay, so Ascendants and T8 Community are also starting to make their way down on this eastern side. White Lotus has now made their way down to Ferry Pier. Looks like while we were waiting, Orion got the boat out of Prim and have pulled up on the southwestern part of the island. And it's like Boomer's also going to be 4-man in the boat, but they're going to go for a more northern part of the western island. As White Lotus, I think they should have a V. They should still have a boat there around Ferry Pier.
Oh, before they fixed the boat being on this dock, we once spent 7 different cars trying to launch it off the dock for fun during scrims. Didn't work. It's 7 cars and we died to blue. But it was definitely worth the game, because we figured if nobody else figured it out and they didn't fix the boat in time, we'd always have a way across.
I mean, look, hey, honestly, if it pays off, if like you end up being able to do it, then and finding the right way, then yeah, you got something that nobody else has. Like you're good to go.
One thing I do like with mill-based zones and watching how different lobbies play them out as well is just watching how different mill-based teams play mill-based or Novo, because it makes the game really interesting, because they basically have a lot of control over how these games play out. Like I remember back in the day with old Trifecta looting down by Novo, and they would boat camp. They would boat camp and chase you. Or gas cans, and this one they would split all along the south coast or dog shacks and drive at you. And Nightly plays the low ground here.
A little weird situation going on the west side of the main island right now. Looks like Dragon's doing a little camp onto No Cap, and they also have the solo player from RID licensee still on the beach, just hanging out.
Wait,
quietly.
Wait,
I don't know what he's doing there. No, that's him. He's there. He's just
going for the boat.
Well, this was the compound that he looted, and I think he got crashed by dragons, but they had no idea that he was there.
I think you make your great escape right now. Get out of there, dude.
He ran for it. You gotta go, man. Gotta go. Well, No Cap gets shot at by dragons here, and they actually pull up and turn around to see if they want to take maybe some shots at this. They don't see anything they like, so they're just gonna hop back into the vehicles and head on out. So dragons not finding anything off of that. I guess it was a camp. I'm not sure what else it would be. I mean, they're just kind of hanging out in these compounds. Maybe they're. Oh, are they going for the boat? Oh, they're going for Licensee's boat.
Oh, no. Oh,
no.
Licensee, you had to go. You had to go. Is he going to get in with them? Is this going to be some 2017 PUBG?
Oh, my God. oh, my God. He's low because he's been holding his breath.
Oh, they must have heard him swimming around. You have to have heard that.
Oh, they see him.
Oh, you almost
ran
him
Flag spotted him. Oh, no.
Oh.
The Dragon's...
Why didn't you go, Licensee?
What the hell is this guy doing here? He's just gonna drown himself.
That is just,
oh no.
Also, we got a great shift, by the way.
Do we? Oh my Jesus!
So
Look, I asked you.
This is the hope. This is the hope. If we get a hard north shift, which is possible on C3, right? C3 doesn't cut water. So if we get a really hard north shift, we could have a broken circle game where it can't actually shift off all the water. It can, and ends up doing some funky stuff. It's like what we get with the river circles by Roz. So that's the one hope we have right now, is that somehow the circle algorithm gives us a broken circle shift on phase 4 and get some chaos.
Well, it's a little bit of chaos already picking off here. Is Dips Free going to make their way past Boomer's going to lose one to the spray, and it looks like Ascendance is going to crash half of Snow Patrol here. Grant Landis going to be all by himself with the Vector. Will find Zraven. Can he find another one here? Oh no, Supernova. That's not the right time to pull out the throwable. Goes down as well. Grant Landis making things happen here for the boys. Mitchy Boy going to come and provide him some support. We'll see if he can get over here. But Send, what happened? Grant Landis finds another one with a grenade. Ooh. Did they just assume that nobody was going to be here? Or...
I mean, this is very much in Send's playbook, right? Like, they send. Oh, and Maji gets Grant just...
Wow. And, okay. Well, so let's give 4 to Grant.
After scrims this past week, we were playing against Send a lot, and I still think they're absolutely insane. But I also do think that Send right now are kind of like Reddit 50-50, you know? Like they'll just delete everybody in a lobby when they're feeling themselves, and they'll make those crashes every day of the week. But sometimes things go awry, and that's what's going to happen too.
All things considered, it wasn't a terrible crash. I mean, they came from the south side. There was only one person there. I mean, they didn't overexpose themselves. It was just a team fight that didn't go their way. All right, we'll see what Shogunate can do now, as White Lotus is perfectly camped.
Oh no.
Headbuster going to get popped with the headshot out by number 1 Potato. Shogunate just going to try to drive away and hope that maybe they'll stop looking at him. Orion, though, RJX going to take a few shots at Pluis, it looks like, and force him back in.
There's still 2 boats in the water. There's still 2 teams trying to get in from the East Bridge. Cozy swimming across. Wow. And this second team that comes around. So the thing with the C2 shift like this is you have to assume that a team's going to be where Orion are. You got to go wide on that.
Shogunate learning that lesson the hard way. Fortunately, it only cost them 1.
All you have to do is be chased down by a team one time while helplessly in a boat to not make that mistake again.
I mean, look,
there's no more demoralizing thing for a team, Poro, in a competitive game.
To be honest, they were right up on that coastline, and it's arguable that White Lotus should have got a lot more out of that. I mean, the fact that they only got 1 kill and it was with a bolt headshot is a little bit sus. But it looks like TA
going to boys over and spray. Oh no,
Doobie, that was never going to be free. He makes his way up there all by himself. Savage was a little bit behind, but should be.
This is the Novo team.
Being. Yeah, this is them finally leaving the compounds over by the bridge. I mean, they were safe. They were safe there. I don't think you necessarily needed to leave those compounds by the bridge just yet. But okay, all right. The shift's going to go all the way down south, and I think we know where the next few circles are probably going to be. And Orion looking pretty damn nice.
This is basically going right underneath the dog shacks. And Orion should have Cryo Zone here. They should be able to just move in from the coast and take that compound just to their east. White Lotus can take that compound just to their east, and then the zone's going to land between Orion and White Lotus. That's generally where it's going to go. So all these teams know that that's what's going to happen. They're going to have to set themselves up to collapse on that C4 shift.
Yeah, he's calling it. Shogunate has made landfall, and they're coming in from the south side. Looks like Dragons are also still in boats, but they look like they will be coming in right behind them, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, No Cap going to send it over in a boat from Ferry Pier, which how is there still a boat there? I don't know. But they get all 4 over and just underneath Dips Free, and Dips Free is just going to bail on this as they want no part of it. I believe they're down to their last 2 players here.
I'm actually so shocked that this many boats were unharassed and beached, and people were just not losing players for it.
Oh, liberate, Attack 8 Community, and Snow Patrol all running into each other. Ice Tech gonna find one. Globby gonna find one. Globby gonna find 2. I believe it is just down to Jables, who is sending it directly face planting into Shogunate. T8 Community, and Shogunate gonna open it up on him. Oh no, Jables!
Oh, no.
Not the tree! Not the tree!
Go backwards.
Throw it in reverse.
Throw it in reverse.
Got this.
Sir.
Oh, God, Guabi. To the face.
Oh, that's unfortunate. JR hits the seat swap 2K into the SLR on Jay, and that says it all. That says it all.
Well, Liberate not exactly out of the woods yet either here. They've got everybody in on the edge of the circle, but you got Snow Patrol and Shogunate that are both kind of posted up in very easy to defend locations here. We've already seen Snow Patrol hold off that location, but Guabi going to find a refray. Nice little shot there. As we check back in on, is this No Cap trying to push into Boomers? Gonna find Sixel, opening down on Sixel, but
this is a super punishable spot, Poro. I'd want Boomers to flex out here. Be confident. They're stuck on one little rock. You can't let them get on top of you here.
Yeah, they're really kind of allowing No Cap to get right in the middle of their whole business here. They do get the res, and they are back to 4 strong. No Cap holding down for right now as Snow Patrol is taking a couple of downs here. One from Liberate, one from Nightly, but it looks like they should get both of these reses off on the south side here. No Cap still trying to take the shots in. Ooh, but Six are going to find Dark Choice. That's going to slow the push for the time being. We'll see if Attic can maybe trade one back. And Boomers being very, very cautious here, not over peaking. But as you said, they are kind of just allowing them to work their way right on the backside of them. But now No Cap has to worry a little bit about Cozy.
You have to worry about Cozy, and this was a really beneficial shift, and it was the expected shift for Boomers to set up to hold them out. But on the southeast side of Zone 2, Liberate, I think they're going to take a prio position to get right up underneath Orion, and all these other teams are going to have to deal with that as well. Boomers are finally setting up for it. I like this by Bruise. This is exactly what you need to be doing. Get a lot of side angles here. They're open on one side. They're open on both sides, actually, if they take out these peaks.
Bruiserton has a bunch of information about what's not up here on the top of this hill, but unfortunately, Sixel going to go down. Necros will trade it back onto Adit, but Bruiserton going to have to come back into the compound to get the res onto Sixel, while No Cap is being held out for the time being. It looks like Cozy has pulled off of this and are actually getting shot at by Dips Free right now, so they don't have to worry about the third party for the time being. As everybody just kind of taking shots at range right now. It looks like Liberate has...
Poro?
Go for it.
The Alamo, the west of Dog Shacks.
Completely empty.
The coastline?
Completely empty.
The coastline, it's pretty much open on the southwest here. So there's a lot of space. If these teams can make it out of this shift, there's a lot of space on the map.
Ooh, Cozy getting beat to absolute death right now. Vexel trying to go in for... I think he was trying to go for a flanking angle onto this, but has not spotted them out just yet. And while he's kind of taking his time trying to get up here, his whole team is getting ripped apart. There's nothing. There's got to be. I mean, you could probably speak to this more than I can, but there's got to be no worse feeling in the world than when you're the flanker and you're going for that long flank, and while you're in the process of doing that, your whole team goes down.
It's the worst. And you're kind of playing, or you're playing like an anchor spot, and suddenly in 3 seconds, your entire team disappears from the map, and you're just like, well, all right, on me now.
Well, this seemed like a good position at the time. Well, Vexel's still in a nice little spot here now. Shirky all by himself for Dips Free, and Deadeye has crept out here for DX. But is not really looking in this direction. You can just kind of see him.
I'd like to see Deadeye and the rest of Unorthodox get aggressive on this. I know they still have a spot in zone, but that push up the Dog Shacks from their hill right now is actually really tough. So they want to prio this north fight. No Cap gets right on top of Boomers.
Ooh, we were wondering how long it was going to take, and here it finally comes through. I think Compot Trash might be the only one left up for No Cap here. Everybody else is bleeding out. Bruiserton, and from the low angle, might be able to spot him. Yeah, he does.
Nice
there you go. Going to finish him off. They should be able to get both of these reses, and Boomers clutch out the fight, win the push. Should be okay for the time being. Nobody really breathing down their necks at the moment.
Teams manages to pick up. I think he picks up 2 off Shogunate as well on holding them out. And Liberate are going to have a priority spot in zone as well, like we were talking about before. They have the dips right underneath the Dog Shacks, which it tends to get circle favored a lot here. We'll see if they can make something happen with it.
Yeah, they were able to send Guavi out there pretty early. The one thing that Liberate did, though, is they sent Guavi there and nobody else. So they've got a good hold on those dips. without having to commit the full team to there just quite yet. And they were able to leave
Cozy.
a couple behind to keep an eye on Shogunate. And here we go.
Cozy sneaking up on Tilt Town, and that shack is hard to fend teams off of. You are on a shack with a couple cars for cover, with the hill above you seeing you, and Tetra's opening up. Doesn't find the knock, though.
Know where Tetra is. See if Vexel can maybe sneak in here, and 8 going to get a little bit of assistance in there as he'll find Islow. Laser just hiding. Got a little bit of protection from his south side from the rock. Smokes are still coming down. Nice little molly from Tetra, but it's not going to find anything. They will get the res off. So Islow back up, and Cozy just haven't really been able to find a way to breach this. And now Vexel trying to wrap around the long way. He's going to run into the full 4-man squad of boomers on wrap. And now Tetra is going to be all by himself. And Tilt Town managing to survive for at least a little bit longer here.
And it looks like Unorthodox are breaking out into a fight with Knightley. Both of these teams pushing out of their compounds. Kite finds Hayden. They get their res up as well.
Oh, and 8 trying to see what he can do. Sneak attack going to get no, it's going to be somebody else instead. It's going to be a little bit of assistance from, I believe, Beams. And okay, well, there goes Cozy Crew. Tetra will be spotted out. Boomers are pushing now onto Tilt Town. We also saw Snow Patrol pushing into Liberate. Looks like they are down to Zuki Boy and Grant Lannis. Liberate losing 1 during that push. Zuki Boy spot out 1. Ooh, good shots. Not going to be enough to get the down. Wabi going to have to pull off of this. Grant Lannis will go down, and it's going to be all down to Zuki Boys. He gets flushed out. Wabi will get flushed out as well by a nice Molotov, and okay, there we go. A million things happening all at once here. As I think Boomers was pushing Tilt Town at the exact same time. Boomers suffering a few casualties, but Bruiserton looks like he's getting res, but now Knightley is in a perfect place to do a little bit of gatekeeping of their own. Orion looking over in that direction as well. Boomers 8 kills on the board, so if they go out early, it's not going to be the worst thing, but they're in a rough spot right now.
What's unfortunate for Boomers is it was only this past circle where Dragon managed to walk up from the coast and take that Alamo. So
For
if
free.
Boomers, yeah, for free. So if Boomers had managed to spot that out, it would have been nicer. But obviously they flanked around the side and picked up lots of kills. It's not the worst thing in the world as they lose 2. They're going to try and send it on this bike. This is going to be a tough one. They're going to try and play right underneath Orion, and they're going to be dead fish in the water here.
This is very, very rough. We'll see if Sixel can at least even get off this first aid here. Necros has been left for dead. Knightley still just kind of hovering around on that northern side. Orion hasn't really left their compound to third party onto any of this.
They
or
managed
at
to pick
least
up very
onto
many
Knightley.
kills here.
They're sitting on 6 right now.
Not 6. Okay,
So,
they're pretty happy then. They're playing for this end game as well.
Exactly. If you're playing this top spot right here, sitting on 6 is pretty good here. As we see White Lotus also trying to push in, and Dragon going to be taking some shots into White Lotus. Number 1 Potato will go down as White Lotus trying to find some way to wrap around on this. But
Beams gets a flush on Knightley.
It.
That's massive. That's weakening another one of the 4-man teams in this circle, and giving a chance for Liberate. Are sitting on 9, by the way. Beams has 6 kills all on his own.
Beams has come to play to start things off for the day. Looks like Dragon gonna actually take some casualties from Orion. They'll lose to discard, and that's going to be good news for White Lotus, as it allows them to get the res up onto their fallen Blair.
Boomers finally eliminated as well. Knightley's pushing right up on top onto Orion now. Ripper gets found by Stone Storm.
Oh, Orion playing some tower defense right now. Morn's very, very low here. Kite will go down. Morn's the last one up. And I don't know, he's got maybe just a hair of health. He does manage to get the first aid off. Company guy, though, is going to find him and finish him off. And that is Orion now. 10 kills. They do lose 1 in the process. But and actually, while they're doing this, White Lotus is going to push up to the base of the hill here.
White Lotus do have to be careful here, though. By pushing up a little bit early and leaving nobody behind, Zulmox, 1 member of Shogunate, and Dragon are both behind them. They could be putting themselves into a pinch, and despite being a 4-man, it's really easy to bleed players in this situation.
Zulmox from Shogunate still Hasn't shown himself as far as trying to be a snake here. Wally Structor going to try to get out of this, and yeah, that was never going to happen. He gets ripped apart. Lemon Squeezy still alive, though. Has managed to make his way across the road and out of the line of sight of White Lotus for right now. Number one Potato, though, is still looking. You can see they know that there was two there. They just have not caught vision of where Lemon Squeezy went.
Now Liberate's also pressured up to the center of the circle, and White Lotus are in a four-way pinch, and I'd expect them to lose players quickly here.
Well, Zulmox, our snake, finally striking, does get the opening down and flush onto Colsey. So White Lotus does lose a player. They do get the nice circle shift, though. We'll see how Orion decides to push this. They immediately wrap around the north side. We'll find Lemon Squeezy, and that's going to bring us down to our top four. White Lotus has two across the street, and then number one Potato is on the hunt right now for Zulmox. Beams and Ice Tech from Liberate, meanwhile, have just kind of been hanging out. And, Potato will find him. Potato will flush him, and that's going to be it for Shogunate. 4 kills for White Lotus right now. But now number one Potato in a little bit of trouble as he has been spotted out by Broke Status.
I think Ice could spot him here too if he takes a look up. It looks like Liberate also want to posture to finish this game out by pushing uphill. Orion push onto White Lotus, but Cutie finds Stone.
Cutie finds Stone. That's going to be the first down. And company guy pulling back. It looks like he might be wanting to go for this res. As Broke Status just trying to make sure that they don't get pushed. And Cutie and Pluis look like they might be trying to go for a wrap up to the top. Maybe take the high ground here. Potato. Oh, Gary go. He's going to find another one. As things are falling apart here for Orion. They're going to try to go for the res onto Stone. And number one Potato is basically kind of holding Orion at Liberate at bay right now. Beams and Ice Tech both taking shots over in that direction. Haven't been able to get the down or the flush onto him, but now Cutie and Pluis, they pull the brakes. They didn't continue the push here.
This is working out really well for Liberate. Both of these other teams are going to cannibalize each other, and if they get traded like this is happening right now, Pluis gets found out, Stone Storm gets found out as well. Oh no, the spray doesn't connect and Cutie goes down. It's just Potato.
Huge clutch there from company guy. Unfortunately, it's going to come a little bit too late as the blue is moving in. So Stone Storm not going to be able to be rezzed. But as you said, Liberate, all they had to do, they were just chilling. They're just hanging out, vibing on the south side of this hill, waiting for these two to third party themselves to death. And now they are in a great position to maybe win this game. They're going to duo up, God bless, to try to come and wrap around the north side and finish off company guy. They know exactly where Potato is. They've got that information. They just need to find company guy.
Look at the utility on them as well. On Ice and Beams, between them, they've got 10 kill utility. They should clutch this game out pretty clean. Company guy goes down. It's a 2v1 against Potato across the road, and they have circle. Liberate with 10, looking for 11.
The rich get richer. 7 kills for Beams as he wins the 1v1 with company guy. And now it's just, Potato, what can you do here, buddy? What can you do?
Stuck on a solo tree. Dream, and he finds a Dream.
Oh!
Takes out Beans with a 2-tap SLR. He has smokes down. He's going to try and push up before Ice can go for the res. He has to move fast here, though. Ice is going for the res right now. Potato has to close this gap if he wants to win this game.
Yeah, this is pretty much the only thing Potato can do, right? You get that down. You know he's going to go for the res. Now you just got to try to reposition while he's going for the res, and before they can spot you. Whoa, but Ice Tech will see him. A few shots coming out. Gonna knock him low. Potato. Ooh. Oh, Beams will find it, though. Good effort on the part of Potato there. So close for White Lotus. But Liberate comes in again with another win, another stack of 11 kills. And their first place lead gets a little bit wider.
That was impressive by Beans, of course, and the rest of Liberate. JR with the seat swaps in that mid game to get themselves into a position to win that game. And Beams picking up 8 kills. Number one Potato, so close. That 2-tap was clean. If he managed to fool them and get under their hill and win that game, that'd have been crazy. But also Orion, Stone Storm with 6 kills. I think what would they have overall? They had 13 kills overall from that top hill. They didn't win the game, but it's still a good game for them.
I mean, collecting 13 kills from the top of that hill is nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, that is a heck of a performance from Orion. So we'll see them probably climb a good deal in the leaderboard. But again, we're doing the same thing we were doing last week, where you got a couple of teams that are just killing everybody, and the rest of the lobby is just kind of sitting around wondering what to do.
Well, it's interesting though. This time, fourth and fifth, just a few kills each, but then in sixth and seventh, we have 9 kills for Nightly and 8 kills for Boomers. So, like you just said, it seems like a couple of these teams are recognizing some of the weaknesses in other teams' play and capitalizing and sweeping their sides, picking up kills, even if they're not going to get a top 3.
Yeah, I mean, even 8th place, 6 kills. Yeah, but from 9th to 16th, I think you got what, 1, 2, 3, 4 kills. 4 kills
to be fair,
shared between 9th through 16th place.
To be fair, in a mill-based game like this, it is definitely feast or famine. It is feast or famine. If you happen to just be fortunate enough to be on that side where people kind of fall into your lap, then it is what it is.
Well, a lot of people were falling into Liberate's lap that game, but we're going to set up for game number 2, guys. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more action for you. Don't go anywhere. Hey everybody, we are back once again after game number 1, where we saw Liberate get the big win on the Millie Island circle that Steezy predicted from circle 1. Let's see the points that they got for their efforts. 21 in the bag. Orion with 18, White Lotus with 12, Knightley with 11, and yeah, like we said, the top 9 pretty much took everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Top
this,
8, yeah.
Yeah, 6 teams with 0 and 2 teams with 2. Like you said, the bottom half of the lobby literally picked up 4 points between them, and the top 2 picked up about 40. So
feels pretty bad.
We'll see what happens with this next game. But Knightley doing a good job that game too was nice to see. Like I said, I thought they would be a top 5 team in this, so I'd expect them to climb up a little bit. Liberate, definitely the number 1 point gobbler that we were expecting, and they continue to pull off.
34-point lead for Liberate right now, as they sit, I would say, comfortably in first place. Cozy Crew right behind them with 62. Well behind them with 62, but that's where it starts to get a little bit jammed up. You got Cozy, Ascendance, No Cap, Boomers all within 7 points of each other. White Lotus also knocking on the door. Dragon dips free, not too far behind. And then Snow Patrol, Orion, you can see the bottom half of the leaderboard. Not completely out of things just yet. The one good part, for the bottom half of the leaderboard is that Liberate gobbling up all these points kind of means that they can kind of keep things a little bit close.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it definitely allows a lot of mobility for mid-pack. It's the same thing in qualifiers, If you're not one of those top couple teams, that's all you want is the top couple teams to eat up points like this so you can make a climb. Exactly. So and Boomers also closed the gap a little bit with No Cap. So these, and White Lotus as well. So that at least the top 5 after first place are super tight. We get to see a battle of pride.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, hey, Liberate could just,
they're just getting
fall
lucky
off the face of the earth. Who knows?
I think they're just getting lucky, Paro. They still have more to prove.
Yeah, they got the circle.
Yeah, right? they got the circle. That's why they had to seat swap a team and a half to make their way in.
Yeah. That's what I've heard. I mean, if a team just constantly wins, you just say that they got the circle, and if somebody asks you what that means, just say just you don't understand. Go watch.
Oh, and when you compete in PUBG,
like what circle did they get? Doesn't matter. Whatever the circle it is that they got, that's the circle that was important.
When you compete in PUBG and you have to talk with anybody else in any other esport, or you read stuff in Twitch chat or whatever, you always have to deal with how are you even competing in a purely RNG game? There is no skill. Yeah. It's all luck, and it's the funniest thing.
Oh look, just ask Shroud. Just ask Shroud while he shoves Hot Pockets down his face for money while playing PUBG. Anyway, we got game number 2 ready to go. Oof. Everybody's in there. Well, sometimes you see a guy get rich basically playing one game, and then he decides to just
okay.
So talk about stuff he has no idea about after that. So running around with a mutant, talking about how the guns suck. I don't know. We'll see.
The mutant's low-key nasty, by the way. That thing dishes out damage. I can't do damage with it, but I've seen people do damage with it.
Shots. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's like a 7.62 M16 almost.
We have a Gaka drop on Novo.
We yeah. Wait, looks. Oh, okay. All right, Tiltown. Yeah, I think Orion just decided to go for Novo this time. That's going to force Tiltown to go off to the west. Brookstad's going to take a few shots.
We have 2 more too. We've got another hot drop over by Milta Power, small power, and we've got a drop over by Prison.
Well, let's see. RID looks like they're going for Monkey and points just to the south, but we'll see if No Cap. I don't know how far they're. No, they're actually going just right on top of that. So
I think they're going to try and pick a fight here. No Cap is an aggressive team. We saw what Compot likes to do. That man likes to flex out a kilometer from his team. So I would expect them to scrap a little bit. I think Tiltown's probably going to separate away from Orion, but we'll see what this Lip team with Unorthodox and Dragon and No Cap over here. These teams fight it out.
Oh, Sweet Potato maybe getting spotted out here as he's trying. He has nothing either, as he's just trying to make it into mini.
I think he's going to try and run for the esports on the east side, but I don't know if he knows how close No Cap are to him.
That's about all he can really go for. If very cute boy, who somebody told me who that is, I just can't remember now. Oh,
Compot.
Okay. Well, speaking of the mutant, Compot gonna pop him right as he gets in the vehicle. And okay, we got confirmation. Very cute boy is Gats,
aka
So,
100 CPU player, but I believe that name's retired.
Okay. I don't believe it until I see it. A lot of it. So we were talking about this earlier, but a lot of guys playing on alt accounts right before DreamHack qualifiers, just to little added security against catching an unwarranted ban at the wrong time. So that's why you'll see a lot of guys playing on alts right now. For the most part, I think we mostly know who everybody is. I think. So I know I know Cozy is playing on well, except for Vexel because nobody would ever report Vexel. I'm not trying to be toxic, I swear.
Wow. Staying out of that one.
Look, you said you wanted to maybe get spicy later on in the week. I'm just practicing.
That is SSG Vexel Porto.
SSG Vexel indeed.
Let's put some respect on that name.
a guy who has never once grenaded his entire team.
But that's legendary.
In qualifiers. Well, we talked about Orion. Looks like they're going to hop in a boat to get out of Novo and avoid any potential trickery from Tilt Town.
That is a scary boat date, though. If they were paying attention out the plane and saw two teams go by power, that's scary. I think they think that they're going to get some free cars here, maybe. Or were they that worried about getting camped out by Tilt Town?
I can understand being concerned about getting camped out by Tilt Town, but given the circle, I mean, you would have thought maybe a long southern military rotation to the West Bridge would have been a little bit easier, but instead they're going to go for the Milta. So they are coming up over the hills. We'll see if they can get any vehicles off of this, or if RID is just going to take everything. It looks like RID already hopping into one right now. They got two into one vehicle, so I imagine the vehicle's probably pretty slim around there. Boomers making their way across that western bridge. This is going mainland, right?
It should. I've seen this. Go the other way, but I'm going to
call game one, so I'm asking now.
I think this zone is going a lot closer to C9 Hill.
Okay.
But Snow Patrol, look at their split right now. They've got center zone, and we'll see. I think generally I see this go either straight towards C9, or it goes all the way to the north towards Highway or the Yellows by Ruins, or it goes down to the Ferry Pier area, north of Ferry Pier. So we'll see where it goes here.
All right. Well, if you're a new viewer, or a viewer that maybe hasn't been around as long, where is C9? Is this is C9 right here?
No, so these are we call these Pachinki dog shacks, or East Hill, and then the hill
goes.
The hill north of where Snow Patrol are, right.
So
right
just
there.
off to the east of Dips. There we go. So that's C9. If you were unaware,
C9 has always historically dropped in Pachinki. They are otherwise known as Sonics now. They were C9 a long time ago. Sort of. There's no remaining members.
Squad, then.
Yeah, no remaining members. But historically, it's always been that Pachinki team, and C9 would always be on this hill.
Although we might have C9 Profi again here soon.
Ooh,
that's what I've been hearing.
That's yeah.
Maybe not in
been
this
a few iterations.
But,
I think H1 is the only remaining. Oh, we've got some camps going on. Dragons driving right into Cozy.
Oh, Tetra gonna find D-Scart. D-Scart gonna go out a little bit early. Dragon once again having a little bit of trouble getting forward to the late game. Is they're gonna be trading back and forth now with DX? Is DX gonna take a few shots? Hey, Donix not gonna find anything just yet. Flax looks like
they're driving at them.
On this?
They're going for the seat swaps.
Flax wants it.
Oh, what is happening?
Oh no! P8 is gonna take shots onto this. What is going on?
Why are they getting out here?
Mad Max. It's actual Mad Max. We were talking about it last week, how everybody seems to want to seat swap now because we are playing on live server and we do have that new update that makes it easier to seat swap. And now everybody's wanting to do it. Well, T8 community with the Death Road position actually going to get some good shots over onto this. And you also have Cozy Tetra, who's still taking shots over towards Heydonix. So Dragon tried to get a piece of this. Lemon Squeezy going to be the one to pay the price. It ain't going to go in. Ooh, not going to fight him though. Heydonix does go down. Lemon Squeezy staying alive for as long as that cloud will allow him. Hedonics will get flushed out by Elsna. The T8 community will pick up a point. Lemon Squeezy. What? He gets to the car?
I don't normally I don't like saying that a team is trolling. But but Unorthodox, you're taking your name a little too far on this one. I love the guys on Unorthodox, but Dragon was trying to veer away from them. And then Unorthodox all hopped in their cars simultaneously and drove at him. It's a seed swap meta going a little too far.
Yeah, well, you never know how far too far is until you've hit it, right? So,
I mean, if it had worked, they would have looked like geniuses. They would have had a clip for Twitter. So
there you go.
Who knows?
Sometimes you gotta play for the clips, man. Nomad Wrath is going to manage to make his way to the mainland, if only by 5 HP, as Tilttown took him very, very low. The rest of Shogunate on the hill just up to his north, but they do have snow patrolling compounds just off to their north, so not in a best spot ever here for Shogunate. We'll see what they decide to do. Only 2 teams still remaining on Military Island. Orion looks like they have found their vehicles after making their botation out of Novo over into Milta. We'll eat a little bit of blue before coming in.
There's so much space on the west side of this map and the north side of this zone. So I'm curious how it's going to play out, because I think we're going to have a lot of teams scrapping with how dense one side of the zone is. Very few teams committing to wraps. Everybody's kind of just cutting in the zone here, and Snow Patrol's grouping up. So yeah, we're splitting the map really, really cleanly right now.
Yeah, it looks like most people anticipating this is going to hug the coastline.
And it goes west.
There you go. Well, Liberate now running into Cozy up in those hills, and it looks like Liberate's actually going to get out of the vehicles and try to engage this fight. Nitrogen and Tetra over here holding down the hills, pulling off just a little bit. Hala Senpai off to the north. Looked like he was maybe going for an angle, but pulls back down. Vexel and Vohio still in the background here, working the compound. Looks like they're going to provide a little bit of cover fire for Nitrogen to come pick up Tetra, and I think Cozy just wants to get out of this.
just driving straight through RID as well, and they lose 1 for it. Rid was playing in between the hills by Pachinki, and now Cozy gets knocked as well.
Yeah, this is that fight. It's still playing out. Oh my goodness. A lot of fights going on as teams just running into each other in the middle of rotation. It looks like Cozy, well, I'm not sure if they're going for the res here on Nitrogen. Tetra has about 1 HP left on him. We'll get up. Hala Senpai going to go to the compound. Vexel going to get pushed off. I think they were both thinking the same thing, but Senpai getting there just a hair before. Cozy going to try to make their way out of this. Oh, some good shots from Senpai, but not going to be enough to get the knock. Oh, there it is. The last one right as Nitrogen gets into the smoke cloud. But I think Cozy's just going to bail on this one. Tetra, once again, extremely low, but will break line of sight, and Cozy's going to get out of this, but they are going to pay the price of Nitrogen.
I just saw this fight right now between Snow and Sen playing out.
Oh my god.
And I don't want to talk too much about what happened off camera, but I'm pretty sure I saw Zraven send it down the hill where Send were into the field just to send his car into Michi and spin him out in the field. And then they've been in an engagement ever since. And Beck finds
Beck is the last one. Oh! Beck clutching it out for Send. They said this happened last game. It's not going to happen 2 games in a row, damn it. We're not letting it. And he will get the res onto Maji and Zraven. And right now we got another fight now. Oh my god, no cap. Looks like Gat's going to run into Lugla. We'll find one. Addit is still just below, and I think Addit might be the last one up here for no cap. Yeah,
there was some chaos there. There was RID was playing in between the hill with THC on the east and Dipstry above them. No cap drives through, and we had a 3-way fight.
There has been nonsense going on all over the map. I mean, it is not even. We're in phase 2, and there's 44 alive. 13 teams up. So
it's
and we've got
crazy.
one. We've got two teams that are down to their last player here. Dragon, I think. I'm not sure what happened to Dragon. They ran into somebody. Lemon Squeezy, the last one up. Added the last one up for no
Dragon
cap.
was involved in that unorthodox Cozy THC fight by
that's
Shelter
right.
and Tempo Dips.
That's right. Lemon Squeezy going to be the last one out of that. I think Docs had 1 survivor out of that, but I think he got spotted out. I think that was an 8. An 8 is gone. So Unorthodox is gone. Nomad Wrath still on the cliffs here as the rest of Shogunate has made their way over to the hills just to the north of the Western Bridge. We'll see if he can go and rejoin the rest of his squad. But a lot of room.
We get
a
a
lot
field
of room available.
We get a field shift though. We get a field
Yeah,
shift. So a lot of these shacks should start getting taken here. The dips right north of Ferry Pier and the trenches were open right up until this circle. The trenches are still open, but Shogunate's finally filled into it. And now THC looks like they're going to rotate for the shacks early, which I do like because we know that that's pretty much where it's going to favor. And if you're going to be playing into the field, you have to do it early enough.
And they are sending it, and they're getting a little bit of fire sent their way from Boomers and Shogunate, but nothing too substantial. Looks like they should be able to get there fairly free.
Oh, he's going to block the door. He blocked the door.
Oh, no.
D. Oh, no, D. He blocked the door.
Oh, no. Oh, dear.
No.
Oh, this is bad.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is bad. Oh, it's so bad.
Oh,
Everything was good until it was bad.
And Adit's coming and taking it. Oh, no.
Oh, and Adit gets it for free. The last remaining player up for no cap, and now T8 are just going to huddle around the breakable. And Adit, what did you do?
Can we?
I'm
okay,
gonna assume. I'm not
shack.
gonna assume that he tried to throw a smoke and accidentally threw a Molotov on himself.
I'm gonna assume
never
he
happen.
did. Adit, what are you doing? Oh no! I mean, what else could it? Yeah, we'll look somewhere else. That shack is just unlucky. It's haunted. We'll move on.
Nobody go to that shack.
Yeah.
It's not the. It's not a good place. It's not a good place.
Tiltown's
All the bad things.
Tiltown's finding a nice open spot to come and play on, filling in from where THC are, and Knightley fills into the trenches. Lemon Squeezy still on a solo wrap through the zone. This man has rotated so far. I think he's probably driven at least 15 kilometers at this point, wrapping the circle 4 times over.
He's been so many miles on that car. He's gonna break the lease.
No, it's a Civic. He's good.
He's fine. All right, yeah, he's good then. I mean, look, to be fair, the southwestern part of the circle pretty open. I mean, there's a couple of shacks there in the field he could maybe play.
I think he can go send it for that shack. That shack is open.
Yeah,
it is. It's wide open.
Don't go to that shack. Don't go to that shack.
He's gonna drive right into Knightley though. I think Knightley probably spotted him through, or gonna spot him any second now. Oh, he's Zekeing maybe.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of gotta realize at this point that most likely is going to be occupied, right?
Yeah, definitely. All this basically in this zone, the one thing you can almost always guarantee is anywhere that's high ground is going to be taken by C2, because you want vision into the field on this zone if you don't have a center position.
Well, we'll see what happens to Mr. Lemon Squeezy, but yeah, Liberate kind of coming up over the top of a 2-2 from Dips Free, and it looks like Dips Free sniffed it out, and they're going to try to get on out of this before Liberate gets in range, but a few shots will come out, but should be safe.
As the hardship in the field too, so they want to separate from that. They don't want to fight outside of the zone. Dips Free doesn't want to think about that when they can just try and gatekeep Liberate from making it into this field. This circle is notoriously hard to play, and there's just so little ground that you can actually play. So you have to take fights on C4 here, unless you have one of these shacks or compounds.
You see Tilt Town rolling around trying to find somewhere to post up. Looks like Cozy and Send might be running into each other here on the west side. Orion also wrapping around.
Tilt Town's getting a Vully, where are we going moment, it looks like, as I see them spiraling in the field repeatedly. Vully, where are we going, Vully?
Vully!
There's people in front of us, Vully!
He doesn't effing know, guys. He just doesn't. All right, so Orion actually going to wrap into Cozy, and now it's a 3-way fight on this western coast, and I don't think anybody's spotted anybody out just yet. White Lotus, meanwhile, is thanking their lucky stars that nobody decided to crash their compound. Shogunate going to find Doobie from Tilt Town, as Tilt Town's still just driving around in the middle of the circle looking for something, and they're going to go to the Shack of Death.
Oh, Ohio gets found out by RJX as well. This 3-team fight is breaking out. The rest of Orion look like they're coming this way as well. Company Guy and Stone Storm going to meet up. And JR gets... everybody's dying everywhere.
Look at Tetra. Look at Tetra. Tetra got the nice wrap here. And he might find RJX. So
Hit that shot!
Get the shot. There it is. Nice shooting from Tetra. Company Guy, though, has made his way in. And Tetra should know that there's a guy over there. He should have heard the vehicle. Yeah, he's going to get the shots. Company guy not going to be able to get the down just yet. Look at Stone Storm still way off in the distance still, though. I'm not sure what Orion, this kind of like weird push that they've got going on. Oh, Company guy so low, and Tetra will win another one. Broke Status going to try to push onto him. We'll see if he can flush him out, but Tetra, yeah, there you go. Oof. So close. Tetra into a raid boss there temporarily.
Tetra's been playing well in this event, but Orion managed to clean it up. Well played fight by them, but it's not over yet. Send has been watching this the whole time. Maji's taken a spot in the field, but the rest of Send are set up to look for this fight. White Lotus is sitting in the compound as well, so Broke is going to have a tough time trying to get in.
Yep, Stone Storm getting spotted out for Orion, so it looks like it's going to be the Broke Status show.
Did Tiltown go down to just forward. Savage in the Death Shack?
Yes, they did. They were driving around forever, and Savage is the only one that made it to the Death Shack. So,
at least he lived. At least he
lived. He lived. He is there. He is present. He is safe. The door, not an issue this time. Liberate running into some troubles here, trying to make their way in on the eastern side. Arson doing some work with the Alm. Gonna find Guabi. Ice Tech gonna go for this res onto. I lost them. Where are they? Actually, Beam's going for the res onto Ice Tech rather. Senpai already inside circle. But yeah, Liberate. This is tough sledding here for him.
Liberator are in a very, very uncomfortable position. If they'd managed to pick up that 2-man of Dips Free when they were by the dog shacks, they would have had a line to fight into the yellows, but now they're having to make their way just using vehicle cover through the field. I would assume Beams is looking to commit in on something right now. He's going to drive right at THC. He stops. Thought he was committing right into their broken shack, because that is a broken shack that THC are in. It's very pushable.
Yeah, that's kind of THC needs to have their ears on, make sure that they try to avoid getting pushed with any throwables. And yep, Beck going down. Broke Status still alive for Orion. As Arson got 2 kills with that on so far. Looking for any heads he can possibly spot out, but Shogunate now has to make their way in somewhere. And you see the circle where they're working from. I mean, if you're Shogunate, are you thinking about crashing Boomer here? Or are you trying to just send it somewhere in the field?
If I'm Shogunate, I'm going as slow as I can on that high ground. I wouldn't be going down this early normally because of all the chaos that's about to ensue in the field, but they're sending it right into the broken shack. Are they going for the run over?
Oh my goodness. Well, that was definitely an option. That was definitely an option that they chose.
Still going? It's still going. He finds it. Deadbuster finds it.
Deadbuster clutching it out.
Liberator's still looking for a way in though, and he's gonna go for the
no!
No! Where did he wrap this up? Oh, no! You're telling me that PUBG Esports isn't the best? That's all of that was amazing.
Oh my god!
Broke is sending it right into Morns as well. It goes. No,
well, and now Liberate sending it into the shacks again. Beams is trying to run over Shogunate. Shogunate coming through. Nomad Wrath going to trade out. Beams will find one. Ice Tech will actually flush him out. The smoke wall is down. Dips Free is trying to push on all of this. Savage has tried to leave his shack 5 times to come and throw grenades onto this, but he gets pushed back in every single time as Dips Free is just working around the edge here. Ice Tech just laying prone right now, trying to avoid the line of sight of Dips Free.
Nightly also breached in a Boomer's compound. Oh, Ice gets Deadbuster, but oh no. Shogunate are 1 up with 2 knocked.
Don't know what the hell is going on right now. White Lotus has now found Send, has found Zraven. Zraven will find 1, but Cutie will flush him out. Maji now the last one up for Send. Nightly sent 2 into to Boomer's compound, but they left 2 behind. And looks like Sixel has gone down to Kite. So far, Nightly keeping 2 alive at this compound and holding it down. Staying alive for the time being. We'll flush out Sixel. What is going on? Okay. Anyway. The THC got pushed. All right. The story, there's 5 billion things going on right now, and I'm sorry, chat. It's hard to keep track of all of them. Dips Free, the circle pops again. There's 3 people in it. Savage being one of them, Maji being the other, Cutie being the other, and now Dips Free going to send it. This compound where the fighting between Knightley and Boomers is going on is out, so this is going to have to come to an head here fairly soon. Sudavoid
That was a
is
quick delete.
going to find Savage. Okay, Dips Free will take out Ice Tech as well, and Dips Free is just doing a work playing from the outside edge, coming into the field. Number one Potato going to crash onto Maji too, as all our solo players are just. Oh my god.
What absolute chaos. We had runovers, we had self-molly, self-nade. Maji peeks out, gets taken up by Potato, and we have our top. Oh,
He got him with
martyrdom. Oh my gosh. We had an unmanned
boy.
vehicle run Morns over. And we have a martyrdom.
Clueless has gone down too.
Oh, it's just Cutie running in the open in the field.
And Cutie's just trying to stay alive for right now. As he's getting shot at by Pseudo and Evil Pickle from Dips Free. Cutie's trying. He wants to get up to Pluis so bad, but he can't. And the blue is pushing as well.
Poro, I don't think I've ever seen so few players in a phase 6 circle in a comp game. So few people are in the zone right now.
This is absolutely nuts. I don't know. Like, okay, so cutting back to the Knightley and Boomers fight. Kite looks like he might be trying to go for the res on a sneak attack. Bruiserton has about 2 HP left, as Necros is trying to run around giving some support, trying to figure out where Ripper is. Ripper is coming in with the blue. Necros has the compound. You spot him out. Looks like they're going to trade back and forth.
Oh,
Ooh, Ripper going to play the place. Ripper. Oh, Ripper goes down.
Bruce picks up the 2-man Necro with the nice little QE as 2 after losing 6lu and Ronin in that fight. They clean up the fight, but now they have to make their way into zone as they're getting gate kept, and Necros gets taken out. It's looking pretty bleak. Dips 3 have full control of the zone. I don't think Bruce can make it out of this one.
It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. He's got the smoke line laid down. We'll see how long he manages to stay alive. Meanwhile, looks like White Lotus was able to get 1 res off at least. Bruiserton breaking from the smoke wall. Looks like he found some kind of way to avoid the line of sight from Dips Free. He will stay alive for now. All right. Well, Dips Free has 4 up, and it's just pretty much playing a game of whack-a-mole right now and hide and seek all mixed in one. As
Bruce
they just have to find out the last 2. Yeah, I think Bruce actually he broke away from the smoke line, which I think Dips Free was expecting to run along the smoke line, and Bruceton using it as more of a distraction than anything. And it actually pays off big, as Dips Free have completely lost track of where he is.
And White Lotus get the shift here. If White Lotus can pick up 1 mispositioned Dips Free player, this could be a win for them. Bruise as a solo snake will have to fight Dips Free instead of White Lotus as well. There is a chance still. There is a chance still that Dips Free could choke this out, but they should be able to still take control of this. They have a ways to get into the zone. I think they still have some vehicles with tires. So we'll see what they choose to do here.
And Pickle gonna hop into one. Sudavoid gonna hop into another. Lugla trying to take some shots over. Cutie at least is gonna distract him for the time being. So Sudavoid and Pickle will get up to the rock. They got a crate that fortuitously landed right in front of them. So they will have a little bit of cover to work with, if nothing else. Cutie and number one Potato, meanwhile, have nothing really to work with other than a little bit of a hill line. Bruiserton will get spotted out by Shirky. That will do it for him. As Cutie trying to find an angle.
Ooh, one more.
Ooh, he's so close. There, Sudavoid will find it. Number one Potato will find Evil Pickle, though. We'll see what Potato can pull off here. Lugla is going to hard crash it. Throws the Molotov, not going to find anything. Potato just playing the bush line. Oh,
another good effort from Potato, but Dips 3 pull out the 10-kill win. Potato getting put back against the wall again into a clutch situation. But again. You got to stop doing it to him. Stay up, help the man. Come on.
I mean, you know, he found some success with it. He got 4 kills for himself. The whole team was 6 in that second place. 10 kills for Dips Free as well. Then you look down a little bit further. You got Bruiserton and Necros take home 4. Poro. Actually, kind of
the main story
spread out all over the place.
Deadbuster, it only listed 5 kills there for him, but I think he had 8. 3 were team kills, but he had 8.
You just couldn't help yourself, could you?
I couldn't help it. It wasn't on screen. I had to bring attention back to it. I had to. That was.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
okay. I'm not trying to take anything away from Deadbuster. He clutched out that fight to begin with. He had 2 teammates knocked. He cleaned up against Liberate. But I mean, come on, guys. Smokes being mollies, smokes being nades. I couldn't have ever done that before. I couldn't have ever done it. So
What are you gonna do? Sometimes you press the wrong button, or maybe you cycle through the wrong thing. I don't know.
What a game though. We had a run over unmanned vehicle, UAZ missiles, the nades, seed swaps. Jeez, who would have thought that such a standard circle would lead to that?
Absolutely no dips were free this game, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Well, guys, that's going to do it for game number 2. While we get ready to go into game number 3, we're going to take a quick break. So don't go anywhere. We will be back for what I am sure is some top tier, high quality PUBG action. So don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to the Tactical 8 Pro Am. Now, Steezy, I'm look. This is not a humble brag. I've casted and watched thousands and thousands of hours of competitive PUBG. You yourself have played thousands and thousands of hours of competitive PUBG. It is very rare for me to come across a game where I am just struck speechless.
I mean, it was a total clown fiesta. I couldn't follow it. Like, like we were talking about, I just felt bad because I had to keep interrupting you. I didn't even mean to laugh as much as I did. I had to mute my mic multiple times just because having played and watched as much competitive PUBG as I have, like, you have one or two moments like that a game. But we had like a dozen in a row.
It was the hits just kept on coming.
It was the 1-2, yeah.
I mean, 1-2 was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, it was just nonstop nuttiness. So if you get a chance to go back and watch game 2, I suggest you definitely do it if you missed out. But this is the results from that game. Dips Free with 20 points, White Lotus with 12, and you can kind of see where everybody else finished out from there on. Let's take a look at the overall leaderboard. Liberate still pretty comfy at the top, only 3 points that game. So have not broke 100 just yet.
And it looks like that middle pack, it's growing by one team at a time. Originally, we had a 3-team pull ahead. Then we had, Boomers and then White Lotus or No Cap. And then now we have White Lotus and Dips Free. And I think Dragon also doing okay. Nightly starting to do okay. So we're starting to get a much more clean mid pack. And if Liberate, don't have as many big games for the rest of the day, we could definitely see a gap close.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. We got one more game on Erangel before we head over to Miramar. But I mean, hopefully not all the games end up being like that last one.
Oh no, we want to keep it a gem, right, guys? Come on, let's focus up. Let's focus up. We don't need too many team kills. Okay, so remember, just a word of advice from a 4-year vet. Have your smoke bind on a different key if you don't already. Okay, and keep in mind how many you have, because it will cycle to your next piece of utility if you hit a smoke bind and you have none left. So word of advice, guys, don't do that.
Or you see what the consequences could be right there.
Or be a legend and make me laugh. I appreciate that too. That's
a clip is a clip, man.
A clip is a clip, like, if it's good or bad.
Exactly. They all get the same amount of exposure and retweets. But hey, we are headed into game number 3. We got a decent plane. I don't even know, because like that last game, the circle wasn't crazy or anything either. So it's not like
again, it was like we talked about before. It was a pumpkin spice latte circle. Everyone knows what's going to happen. Somehow we ended up with multiple little rotate camps, and I think it was more just funny little mechanical things that happened, though, right? It wasn't even all the other stuff. It was just these funny little misplays, I guess you could call it.
Just a one big conglomeration of nonsense that just happened at random time. But hey, you know what? It happens to the best teams as well. Sometimes things just fall apart, and you're left to try to figure out how to pick it back up and figure things out. So we'll see what game 3 decides to bestow upon us. We had a few hot drops last game. We'll see if we get any more of that this time around. Looks like for the most part, we're okay.
We have some close neighbors, but it looks like everyone's kind of spreading away from each other for sure here. Ryan's got a long float to Prim. That's not a fun one to make. But yeah, it looks like everyone's kind of separating off. I don't think anything too crazy is happening. D-Stem lands for that esports, and White Lotus is not happy about that. It looks like he's going to get away from this.
Cutie taking a few shots there. And once again, we get a fairly straightforward circle. Nothing too wild.
But this one can be fun.
It can, because for sure,
if it gives us a fun little southeast or a hard northeast, anything basically where it keeps all that body of water on the east in, we could have some fun. I think it wasn't that far off from being this circle before when we had dolphin swimming. So there's a chance. There's a chance we get something crazy. But for the most part, you're right. This is a fairly simple circle. I will say that the dividing lines on this circle can be complicated for a lot of teams. Like, when I say a dividing line, often I just mean these like priority spots of zone that are hard to transit over. So, for example, this big Milta Power Road that leads all the way to Yaz. East and west is defilade. There's a lot of blind spots. There's a lot of priority compounds. So sometimes you get teams that kind of start sending and they have their woolly moment, like Tilt Town had last game, and you get some craziness in the mid game because of that.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is this the first time we've seen this kind of like southeastern circle, mainland circle on with this lobby.
Yeah.
Did we have it last week? Okay. Yeah, I'm getting a note from production. We did have it last week, so I think most people should be pretty aware if anybody's going to be doing like northern rotations. What's going to be clear, what's going to be a little bit more congested.
So like we were saying earlier with the mill base circle, how like that mill base and Novo team can kind of dictate the traffic and the tempo of the game. In circles like this, you also have a similar thing with the Milta team and the Junkyard Prison team. Basically, based on how they want to play the game, they can kind of dictate how traffic moves. Like if Milta decides that, hey, we want to kind of lag behind, we don't want to move deeper in the circle, and we want to just control that area by the Milta road, they can cause log jams, and that's when you get some craziness.
And a lot of pressure going to be put onto RID. You got to imagine pretty early here as they have that prison shelter split. There's a couple of different places the circle could go. Obviously, it could favor the southern part towards Milta. It could go up towards the north. We've seen quite a bit of both, really, and to be honest, we've also seen a lot of circles that end right there around prison. So, how RID decides to play this, I imagine they will probably get some neighbors fairly soon.
I can tell you, like so basically, if you're in a PCS lobby, you can pretty much read circles like these more or less like a book for the most part. Like Oath will be playing up at those yellows. If this were further to the north, they would be taking what we call Taylor J, just to the east of prison. That's where he used to loot back on E United, and that East Prison rocks. That's basically the priority circle or a priority position right there. Because like you said, you get those north circles, you get those that south circle by power, and that is access to everything, high ground and everything. And they're pulling up on Dragon.
Once again, Descartes going to find himself all by himself, as he will find one to start things off, but immediately gets traded back.
You're skating on thin ice, I tell you.
Unfortunately, yeah, he has had a very short day of PUBG so far today. Is Mitchy Boy actually going to get the M249 to work? To find one from Shogunate as they go a little bit too close to what do you call that compound where Snow Patrol? I've asked people this before, and I'm like, this compound gets so much play. I feel like it has to have a name, but nobody has a name. It doesn't even
have a name. We just say the flat top and the other flat top prio. The flat top prio compound, the other flat top prio compound across the road. I don't know why there's never been another name for it, but we basically just always called them like those two prio compounds. Because they have so much control over circles that go that way. And we're seeing THC pull up on Junkyard, but RID are going to split off just fine.
Yeah, it looked like Tastu was actually thinking about going over there, but heard the vehicles and ends up pulling back. So
when you're the prison shelter team, which is what RID were, right?
Yeah.
To be bunched up 4-man
in
lobby, not ideal. It would not make me happy as an IGL when I have that much control over zone.
Yeah, it's not great. I can't imagine. I mean, RID settling up in this museum area, I guess you could call it. I guess it's also called lobby
from back in the day, or Big Blue. Big Blue is its old name, but I think you're right. It's got to have a different name now.
I think we refer to it as museum for the most part.
Museum works.
Some people, I think some people call it Hall of Fame, but I don't know.
Hall of Fame is too wordy for me.
Yeah, it's too much.
Two syllables or less, ideally.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, a lot of people right very close to each other, as you see RID 4 up in museum, and then THC in the junkyard just off to the west. You got the duo from Cozy in Alamo, and two more up in Heaven off to the north, and now Tilt Town has come down into the tempo dip area. And Shogunate actually looking over there as well around shelter. And so, I mean, it's kind of surprising to me that there's just so little action going around the prison cliffs.
Everyone's kind of bunched up. See, the thing is, the prison cliffs normally have action or at least the area around it will have more action in a really strong lobby. But that's because it's a harder position to play. It's a terrain position. You have to be watching yourself, but it's also incredibly powerful. in this position because it is the dividing line for 3 different circle shifts. So you'll see a lot of teams prioritize that area, but here the prison shelter team chose to 4-man here, and Dragon are choosing to 4-man in the compound. So nobody's really taken control of it, but NoCap's gonna walk up there now and realize it's just wide open center circle.
Yep, and they get a crate for their troubles too, as they will find themselves over there. You can see Dragon. They did lose 1, but they have 3 up in that compound that you referred to as Taylor J a little bit earlier.
Yeah, it's an old name, but what one thing PUBG players have is once it sticks, it sticks.
Yeah.
For most IGLs. That's why every IGL has their own lexicon, and when you join a team, you basically have to learn a new IGL's lexicon.
That is very, very true, and it's one of those weird things because I know we get I get a lot of DMs from people that are like, hey, I'm trying to put together a map of like all the call outs and common call outs, and I'm like, well, you got some that are pretty standard throughout the scene, but like you said, I mean, it feels like there's a lot of it's very IGL or even team specific.
I do want to point something out. That we're getting shown right now. Nightly going for this boatate from Novo instead of driving across. Okay, so this is just a bit of a gamble, right? You're thinking you're going to come in weak side. You think there might be pressure on the bridge, so you don't want to take your cars across, but leaving your cars behind, it's a big bet. It's a big bet. This game is very hard to play without cars.
Because especially when you haven't even seen Circle 2, right? And you're like we were saying before, I mean, this plays so differently if it goes south or middle or to the north. So Nightly, well, they get a little lucky. Call them lucky this time, as the Circle 2 does kind of benefit them. And
Unorthodox could still spot them out, though.
That is true. I'm not sure if Unorthodox may have already spotted them out, because I think they were kind of playing the bridge camp at, look at this, Death Road getting a little bit of action as Dips Free and White Lotus will be right on top of each other. Pluis has company. The rest of his team a little bit farther away. Trying to provide him.
You're sending it through center zone as well. And they're going to get pressured back. I'd expect both these teams. Oh, no, White Lotus wants to take the fight. It looks like Pluis is kind of stuck. He's calling over for support. We're actually going to get a fight on Death Road outside of zone.
Too shabby. Right off the bat, Pluis will hold it down. Sudavoid's going to go for the low wrap, see if he can maybe spot out Pluis. I think he's got a good idea of where he is. Pluis not even peeking that side just yet. He's looking at the high ground here, not expecting the push. And Sudavoid will land a nice grenade. Not going to be enough to get the down. The flashbang will come through. Pluis now, I think, figuring things out. The shot's coming out from Sudavoid. Not going to find their home just yet. Molotov's going to be, well, bad. Not going to find Pluis, and he's going to take another shot. Is Pluis getting roasted right now? Colsey going to try to come up and give him some support over the top. Evil Pickle going to throw the Molotovs and a few grenades to try to prevent that. It's not going to be enough.
I'm surprised Orion aren't joining in on this. Orion were 4-man in the compound beside, but they're going to give it up, and Pluis gets taken out by Shirky on the wrap. Colsey's trying to make a move forward. He has to make a play here, but it looks like Lugal also has a wraparound.
There we go. Lugal coming in from the high side. Shirky coming in from the low. Cutie's going to find Sudavoid, but now Lugla has Colsey and number one Potato basically dead to rights here, and yeah, they're going to pay the price. It's going to be down to just Cutie, and he's just going to try to run. Lugla will get the shots and finish him off. White Lotus is summarily taken down by Dips Free. Well played by them, and they get the res onto Pseudo.
In the meantime, during that, Cozy also took the trenches to the north of prison in a fight, and it looks like Liberate have taken full control of Lip Hill. Nightly have to make their way in front of Unorthodox as well.
Yeah, Cozy, they take those dips, but they pay a price for it, as it looks like they had to get 2 reses here. They do still keep all 4 up, I think, as they're trying to go for this final res in the smoke. Yep, they'll get away with it. Meanwhile, anybody else close to each other? It looks like, yeah, Nightly, as you said, came up on the cliffs, and they've run into Docs. One of the things that we were expecting might happen. Looks like they managed to pick up at least one of Docs here. Yeah, Morns has 1 kill to his name. Meanwhile, Orion is doing the long wrap around the south side here, so they could get involved here at some point. As, oh my God, Dragon's just
Boomers
laying into Cozy in those dips.
Boomers, okay, I thought they were going to drive right into NoCap. NoCap's got a wide split in the south center side of the zone, and they have a lot of control where NoCap are. They have a lot of high ground. They have a lot of vision into this zone. They get a south shift, and they're definitely going to have big favors. So I like their control right now. The rocks all around prison, still wide open.
Completely available. I mean, Snow Patrol at least has taken the sniper tower, which is, we're used to seeing 3 and 4 people play from that position at this point of the game.
It's a very strong position, again, like kind of on that line, like what I was talking about with the dividing lines. And another one of those, especially on this zone, is that road just to the north of prison. That's why that trench where Cozy took, that's why it's so strong, or the compound that Dragon are in, or the Snow Patrol Wizard Tower. That's why those 3 positions are considered priority positions. They have access to the south and the north there.
Well, we get the hard shift up to the north. Looks like Send is going to leave their position and head over to Mansion. Meanwhile, Docs started to send it in. Orion has now made their way on this long wrap. We'll see if they get any fire sent their way. Deadeye has the compound, and looks like Orion going to pull right in. We'll see if Deadeye can hold his own here. He's going to find one right off the bat. Not able to get the flush just yet. The good grenade will come out, and it will get the flush and will knock Broke status down to next to no HP. Deadeye doing a hell of a job holding this by himself for the time being. Rest of Orion still coming in. Oh, the nade just short.
This is tough. I think, Deadeye is going to take his exit while he can here. He should meet up with the rest of Unorthodox. It's just not worth his while to spend any more time here. Just get that kill and get out. And Unorthodox still have the camp on Nightly. Nightly doesn't know, but it looks like he's going to get out. Oh, he loses the back tire.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's Tokyo drifting all around here. But it looks like he's going to stay alive. Deadeye down to about half HP. Jay all day taking some damage as well. Looks like Wabi might be in a position to take a few shots over at this.
Nightly were clown card 4 in that car, and they kept 4 up, I think, between both Unorthodox and Liberate.
They sure did. Look at this. I mean, look at the split from Liberate, man. Wabi really going down here.
It's a nice split, but you don't normally want to let a 4-man get in between all of you.
I don't think they were expecting the 4-man.
No, I don't think they expected the 4-man clown car, but I think they're going to set up for these kills. These should be easy kills for them. Those warehouses are really easy to camp people out of.
Ooh, Hello Senpai down. Yeah, Hello Senpai going to get that first down. Wabi going to try to get a good position on this, but he gets sniffed out by Morns. Morns very, very low right now. Ripper going to go to try to get the res on a sneak attack, while the rest of Liberate uses this time to reposition, try to get a little bit closer. Ice Tech going to pull right up on the wall. Where is he going to put up on the wall? He's just kind of cruising right now, it looks like. We'll find a rock. Wabi going to reposition as the blue is coming in. And it is phase 3, so it's going to do a little bit more damage. You don't want to sit out there too long. But Nightly,
I like this pressure from Liberate.
They're just pinned right now.
The only thing is, though, they have to be careful here. They have a lot of advantage, but they don't need to put themselves into commit positions. Where Ice is, obviously, they should be able to kill them. But if someone on their off angle goes down, Nightly will have a way in. Whereas they could just hold them out of zone.
Well, that grenade not going to find the mark. Wabi also has made his way right up onto the compound. Senpai holding it from the hill. Beams and Ice Tech trying to push with utility. Not finding anything just yet. Morn's holding the corner. Kite also currently safe.
In the meantime, with all of this playing out, Orion have rotated onto the hill where No Cap were. So if Orion managed to get a little bit of control up on that hill, they could also sit up to hold them out. Or if Unorthodox realize that Liberate have left the hill to fight in Lippo, it could cause problems for them.
Orion down to 2. Looks like we also have a couple other fights going on here. Dips Free and Shogunate, although Shogunate just kind of hanging out. Okay, Evil Pickle will drop shot him like it's 2017.
Oh, no.
You hate to see it.
Oh, Beams goes down. Beams goes down to Morns.
Oh, yeah, Liberate. Now, Nightly actually gets everybody together, and they're trying to crash onto this. They're trying to push into this, and Ice Tech's now going to go down to Ripper. Wabi and Senpai coming in from the north side. Robles not going to find anything just yet. Wabi getting taken very, very low. Ice Tech's, Ice Tech gets flushed out by his own Molotov. Wabi, Hello Senpai now just playing the wall. Senpai will find one. Oh, that's a good nade. Another one's going to come in to follow it. Not going to get the flush, though. Oh, Senpai. Finds Ripper, gets the flush. Finds Kite!
Oh!
Hello Senpai is one man running onto this team right now. Molotov not going to be enough to get the flush. Guabi going to go for the res on the beams. They're going to try to reset.
Orion have set up on the hill behind them as well, like I'd mentioned, and they're going to look to 3P this.
There's nothing really else for Orion to do. They're down to a duo. You can see Company Guy trying to take some shots in the backside of Hello Senpai, and that's actually going to help Morns, as Morns will find him and get the flush. Now, Liberate just kind of staying alive for as long as the smokes are allowing them. Kite will go down. Sneak attack very, very low as he can't find his way on the other side. Okay, that's going to be it for them. Knightley gets finished off, but now Liberate is going to be basically at the mercy of Orion. Beams trying to go for a res before he has to turn in there, but Orion just can afford to sit here all day and wait for him to peek his head.
This is what I meant when I saw Liberate pushing down. I liked the aggression to set up to kill them, but this was a cannibalization committing so deep into that fight, and Orion just get to freely pick them apart.
Dox tries to come up now. It looks like TAC Community has been finished off by Boomers. Beams still alive for the time being for Liberate, just eating blue damage right in the world. Oh yeah, there's plenty of stuff there for him.
I think he's just hoping that Unorthodox and Orion break it in a fight here. And it looks like Unorthodox do want a piece of the pie. So he could have an opening. And this whole north side of zone is wide open.
Yeah. Innate and J all day are just kind of hanging out right now. They don't look like they're pushing. And there you go. Beams will get spotted out. And that's going to be it for them. Orion still with 2. It looks like they are just going to hold their position. Maybe start taking a look at DX, we'll see. But circle going pretty much everybody. There's 34 alive. You got Boomers on the north side. He's right in the dead center, and this is where we thought it was going to go.
Yeah, this is pretty much where we expected it to go, which is why it was so surprising that No Cap could just kind of stroll into prison. The Boomers have to make their way in on the north side of zone, and Tilt Town are sending it towards the Dips right now.
Oh, but they're running into Dips Free, and Dips Free is sending them scattering once again. Tilt Town just having a hard time with late game vehicle rotations, and they are going to get ripped apart again. Doobie has survived, but for how long? He's got a rock, a dream. Now he's got completely dead. That scatter,
it kills teams. You just have to commit. Orion are right on top of Unorthodox now too on the east side of zone. It looks like Orion was the one that wanted to go aggressive, even as a 2-man. They're pushing right under their shack.
Innate will get the knock and the flush on the broke status, and well, Company Guy just gonna pull off of it. I mean, he's gonna throw the Molotov, but it's not really gonna find anything. Broke Status, I feel like Broke Status wanted that maybe a little bit more than Company Guy did.
It looked like it. I think they wanted these points. They saw that shift and they recognized that maybe you'd be more consistent to try and pick up some kills. But that's a tough push. That's a tough push down. And Send have pulled up right onto the back of Cozy. They're committing into this fight right in the dips and the trenches.
And Dips Free is getting pushed by Boomers as well right now. So Send. Oh, Supernova. Well, he gets knocked while a grenade in his hand. Can't do anything about that. Vexel of Ohio going to take a little bit of damage from a nice grenade from Beck. Maji still sending him in there. Vexel just holding it down. Well, he's got the red zone dropping right on top of him. Oh my gosh, he's so low. Going for the heel.
It's so scary pushing through this. There's so many little corners, so many things he has to check before he gets right up in the trench, but now he's right on top of them. It's now really hard to fight out of this if you're Cozy.
This is rough here. Meanwhile, Dips Free will take out Boomers and hold down the dip for themselves. Vexel will go down. Ohio kind of in a no man's land position right here as they come up to the top. They haven't found him yet. Maji will find him now. Tetra will trade it back, but that's not going to be enough as Send clears out the trench methodically. Wait, Boomer's still alive, actually. Oh, now not.
As the chaos unfolds again in phase 5, it seems like that's
12 kills.
The phase. Yeah.
12 kills for Dips Free right now.
I think they're feeling themselves. You know, a lot of these teams, like I said on day 1, a lot of it is confidence, right? A lot of these players are good players mechanically, but sometimes they just need to get their feet wet. They need to taste blood before they really start feeling themselves. And last game, having a good game for themselves, it looks like Dipstreet wants to come out swinging and 12 kills on the board, like you said. They're happy. They're going to try and make their way in, and their only play right now is to take the fight to Send.
Something about that dip, man. Something about that dip. The Dips Free was in. That just seems to attract fairly easy kills. Although they had a little bit of trouble with boomers, but they do manage to come out on top of it. Meanwhile, Snow Patrol down to 2. Looks like Refray right on top of Compot. Not going to be able to flush him out. Mitchy Boy trying to give him some support from across the street off to the north. At it, we'll find a nice angle on a Refray, but not enough to get the down. Meanwhile,
Mitchy.
Mitchy.
He got him. That was pretty clean. Pretty clean.
He got it. He got it. He immediately gets traded back by At it.
I respect if you go out with a bang instead of a whimper. And Refray, he's not going to be able to do much here, but at least Mitchy got the clip.
He did. Mitchy got it, and Pseudo Void will finish off that kill for him. So that's going to give Dips Free 13 as they try to figure out how to push on to Ascend here. There goes Refray. At it will pick him off. Dragon, meanwhile, has been chilling in this compound, but they have a visitor.
How did they let him in?
They have a visitor, and I don't even know if they know they have a visitor.
It's Crab Walking 8.
Crab Walking 8. Everybody.
Oh no, it worked again! Crab people strike again! From the depths, he rose. Oh, and then he gets smacked in the face by a Molotov.
From the depths.
From
Crab
the depths
Walking
he has
in 8.
arisen.
Does he have any? Is he the last player up for his squad? Yeah. No, actually, Dale Day's still up across the street. Can't really do much for him. Meanwhile, Dips Free is pushing onto Ascend, and Beck is the last one up for Ascend. Lugla trying to come up over the top. Oh, my goodness.
It's getting partied by Added. It's a 1v1. They had 14 kills. If they can clean up this fight. Oh, man. This could be a 20-kill game if they clean up this fight.
Oh, it's so close. Lugla is the last one up. Evil Pickle will get picked off by Gats.
Oh, the double blind. The number of flashbangs that Send have had to deal with from themselves and from others this game.
Lugla will get inside.
Lugla has the angle.
Oh, it's a good trench. A good spot. Good shooting from Beck, though. Going to keep him from over-committing to the peak here. Oh, my God, Beck.
Beck cleanly clutching it out. Beck has been clutching it out for Send. We have to give him some credit here. He's been last alive in so many situations, and he's just been cleaning it up. And Doc somehow get Rat all day across the road as well. And one's knocked on Dragon. It's a 2v2. How did Dragon occupy this compound from Circle 1? How is this happening?
I do not know. Flax, they did get the res on a lemon squeezy, but Flax is going to be the one to pay the price this time as Dale Day will get the flush. Wally Structor going to get taken very, very low here. Good shots from Innate. And they, they're in circle. They've got time to play this as slow as they want. The thing they really have to worry about in terms of third parties, maybe No Cap, but No Cap seems more concerned with trying to see if they can take out anybody from Sen, just clearing their backside here.
No Cap's play is definitely to hold out Sen here. I would set up aggressively to make sure that Sen don't make it in, because Sen is pretty much the only way No Cap can't win this game. That compound is wide open all around it. It's one of its strengths and one of its weaknesses. So if No Cap managed to clear out anybody else, like Send trying to make their way in, then they should have full control of this game.
Well, Send has found a little ridge line to work with here. Beck going to take a few shots over towards Addit and Gats. Not going to find anything just yet. Dark Choice repositioned closer towards the road. Has not found an angle just yet. And it's kind of slowed down for the time being.
I think that's bound to happen when your phase 5 is as chaotic as these games have been. Dark Choice, I think they're just trying to make him play to set up deeper in his zone. If they can't go too far, Send will have a side angle.
Just seeing what these guys decide to do. I mean, they, like I said, I mean, Send, they've got a very small little line to work with here. Innate going to try to use this to climb up onto the roof, which would give him a nice little point of view here.
These two mans, they have to figure out what they're
there
going to
you
do
go.
here. They have to fight each other. No Cap gets the best zone by far. I think Send are actually just out of their ridge as well. Like I was saying, I think No Cap should have full control of this game, but we'll see what happens here. If Unorthodox and Dragon can deal with their fight fast, they could still cause a problem for them.
All right. Well, Docs, it's kind of a game of chicken right now between Dragon and Docs. Let's see who tries to leave first. Dragon, super low right now in terms of health. I mean, let's see. Wally's, yeah, they got some heals left. Squeezy a little bit on the broke side as far as heals. They're going to try to lay the smoke wall down as the blue starts moving in, and at it, going to find Lemon Squeezy. Not who they were worried about. He's going to try to go for the res here. Yeah, he is.
Nate still has a vehicle. He can maneuver his way in his zone as he leaves Rad all day to try and get a couple kills on this. And Nate is going to have a really tough time finding somewhere to play. He has to, yeah, and he gets taken up by No Cap.
Well, here comes Wally, just going to crash right into Jay all day. And he will lose that fight. I think maybe he thought that they both left in the vehicle. This Jay all day will stay alive for a little bit longer, but he's got the blue creeping right down his back. And there you go. It's just 3 shots for No Cap right now. He's at it and Gats. Afford to just sit here and stare
Jay
at this.
Finds him before going down to blue.
There they go. Wow. Well,
No Cap pick up a 9-kill game. I mean, that's good. They managed to just kind of stroll up onto the prison rocks, and I'm sure they're happy about that one. Then the chaos around the trenches, that was just insane. Evil Pickle had 6 kills.
I mean, for as nuts as that game was, for the most part, the whole time, I mean, it was a very, very quiet finish. You got to give a big shout out, obviously, to Dips Free. They came in 5th, but 14 kills for that squad before they eventually lost out to Send in the trenches. Send finishing in 3rd with another 5, 6, 7 kills, and then 6 kills for Docs. And of course, our number 1 team with 7, 8, 9 kills. So not a bad game. Not a bad game.
No, Liberate again though, coming in with only 3 kills. They're giving room for some of these.
They're
top
opening
teams
the door.
Breathe. No Cap is one of those teams that were on that cusp in that top 7 that were kind of close together, and yeah, they're definitely opening the door for some of these teams to come up and overtake or at least catch up.
Well, we are going to get back into the lobby, try to reset the game. I think we're about to head over to Miramar next. So, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the
Hello, everybody. Back. Whoa. I just fell right over myself on that. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Tactical 8 Pro Am. I am Four Swords, joined by Steezy BB, and we are 3 games in, 3 games left. We're going to be switching maps, but let's take a look at the leaderboard from last game, and we'll see if I can actually make my way through this one this time. No Cap with the win and 19 points after holding the side of the cliff, which remained completely open for the entire time for some reason.
You know what's impressive is Unorthodox came up from that southeast side of zone. They had to deal with a lot working in from that edge, and they still picked up 12 points. I know I was making fun of crab people, but it was a good play by Nate, and he did well. And they picked up 12 points, and they did really good that game. And Send once again on their pull-up game, picking up 12.
You should never, ever make fun of crab people.
I gotta watch my back. Nate's gonna be on the hunt for me now.
That's just life. That's just life advice right there. I mean, if you see a crab person, don't make fun of them, because I don't know. We've all seen One Punch Man, how that thing started out. Okay, Dips Free got 17 points, Ascendants with 12, and Orthodox with 12, as you said, coming up from that southern part. But yeah, once again, Liberate only 3 points, so not really adding a whole lot to their lead, but still a little bit. Let's see the overall leaderboards. Liberate with 102. They have broken the 100-point barrier, but for a team that was, what was it, 40 or
almost
34?
Almost 40 points ahead, and they're 20. The gap is 20 between 3 teams now. So, they better have a couple strong Miramar games to keep that lead up, but I don't think they're exactly worried. They're still picking up points every game, they're confident in their frags, and I don't think they're worried about it at all. But yeah, I'd expect them to try and push forward in these last few Miramars.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said, with a lead that big, you can kind of afford to get away with a few bad games or trying some high risk, high reward type stuff. And if it doesn't pay off, you still have that lead to kind of fall back on. And 22 points is still pretty solid. I don't think they're solid. Like you said, I don't think they're overly concerned just yet. But like you said, that top of the leaderboard, that top 8 really is kind of closing in on each other, very, very close as we go into our final 3 games of the day. This is game number 4, and we have a Far Eastern plane.
Wow, that's a lot of people that just hopped out really early in the plane. You don't tend to see that often. This many teams hop out super early in a Miramar plane. And we have a team in Campo.
Sometimes
and in Tierra. I guess sometimes you get designated Campo, literal corner. Oh boy.
Well, they should be aware of each other's presence as well. And it looks like Nightly, I'm not, considering how their parachutes were, I'm kind of wondering if Knightley was maybe thinking about going Tierra, and then they saw the shoots, and then they were like, well, do we want to go Campo? Do we want to go Tierra and fight this? And then finally
they were definitely surprised.
Yeah.
They were definitely surprised.
Well, I mean, anytime you drop all the way up in Campo, I got to imagine, or even Tierra, you got to be surprised if somebody else is up there with you.
Well, they have 4 teams up there. We got an Azahar and Cruz taken, which is normally what you see is you have those 2, and then maybe 1 flex team. To see 2 flex teams. We'll see how all of that plays out. We've also got an interesting thing going on south of Picado right now.
Yeah, Orion and Tilt Town kind of trading little buildings here on the drop. And, well, if you're going to drop in the far northeast, this is about the best circle you could hope for, as we are going way up there. I mean, even if they're looting Campo Militar, they got to go 5 steps and they're inside the circle. So not too shabby. It looks like Tilt Town is going to avoid Orion for the most part, but they do have Doobie and Savage now kind of on an island. And if Orion was paying attention, they could possibly collapse onto either one of these guys at some point and see what they can find. Maybe get a cheap, free, easy kill.
I think collapsing on Doobie here would, generally speaking, in a really confident lobby, Doobie would 100% be getting 4v1 pushed.
I would think so.
Pretty early on this. Because that is much too much of an island.
And you think about it also, Dips Free might have had, should have had vision of this as well if Evil Pickle and Shirky were looking over in that direction, which I believe they were, because I think we saw a few shots come out at the parachute. So Doobie definitely needs to be on guard and waiting. And we'll see if Orion or Dips Free decide to do anything about that. Now, they also have docks just off to the south in Chumacera. So when things start getting into that rotation time, once these guys finish up their looting and start heading into the circle, it could get interesting. We'll have to see what routes they decide to take.
I'm curious what Sen decide to prioritize here as well, especially knowing that there's two teams to their north, whether or not they choose to try and hold anything aggressively on the high ground around them, or if they hold a really big split. Because we can see that Beck is looting way off on his own, way to the south of his team, while Supernova's over where the triple warehouses are. I think they're starting to group up, and they're going to take this high ground.
Yeah, it looks like they are opting to move more towards the south right now, as Maji is leaving Al Azhar as well, heading at that direction. Raven doing a little bit more looting. Supernova on the move, leaving the warehouses. So really, Sen just kind of it's really just pick your poison. Yeah, you got whatever you want as far as high ground goes, and looks like they're working a little bit farther south of Azhar than I maybe would have thought they would. We've seen a lot of circles that end kind of right around that Azhar, the main road that goes in that big valley.
Yeah, likes to go to that little northeast section just above Azahar. Sometimes it comes towards that bit to the west, just west of the road, down by that gas station, just the north of it. But yeah, we see a lot of zones go towards the northeast. I think they're playing for the priority compounds instead of choosing to play terrain around Azahar. And they've definitely gotten a lot of the priority compounds that are pretty hard to breach.
They should be comfy. We'll check back with them in a little bit. White Lotus, meanwhile, has taken that area just off to the north of that Al-Azhar road, and they may have company here soon, as Shogunate has started to push down in from the north, and T8C has started to make their way over, and it looks like it looks like T8C is driving right at them. So Colsey going to be put on blast right off the bat here. Eastem just going to turn away. They're not going to mess with it at all. So Colsey will do his job and hold off the push from T8C. And it looks like they're just going to go ahead for this compound. I don't know if you have a name for this compound where D-Stem is kind of hovering around right now, but I feel like I want to call it the Kurt compound, because Purdy Curdy seems like he always plays there.
Oh yeah, you'll see SDK taking this compound along with the compound right above where White Lotus are really often and work their way east. So I think that's a pretty apt name. I think Shogunate are also surprisingly, I think they're pretty happy that they get a really good spot right on Azahar Hill, because Send has chosen to go further to the southeast. And there's a lot of room all over the center right now for people to filter into.
It sure is. White Lotus is, I think this is probably more scouting than anything, and just kind of looking to see what's around. Pluis, way off to the north, Zulmox is doing a little bit of scouting as well for Shogunate. Looks like he's going to go ahead and rejoin Deadbuster. T8C has made their way in. They get a nice little spot for themselves. Off to the south, looks like Send has spotted out No Cap. Maji going to take a few shots over in that direction. RID has snuck in as well, just off to their east. And now below that, Liberate and Dragon making their way through La Bandita in the fields. We'll see if maybe Liberate might stop and take some shots of this. It looks like Beams was somewhat interested at first, but he might have just been spinning out.
That'd be a pretty Beams move. But I think after the last couple of games, I think they're just going to try and set themselves up into a strong position. And with jungle being wide open for you, I'd imagine they're happy with just making sure they get in there and locking down that side of zone. Because if this zone comes south, that compound is definitely a priority.
Absolutely. We've seen so many games that end in that little area just off to the east of La Bandita. And actually, we got some fight going on here between Snow Patrol and Docs. Refray's gone down. Mitchie Boy's already been flushed. Innate is down for Docs, but Snow Patrol definitely paying the lion's share of this push. It's down to just Grant Landis and Zuki. They have made their way inside the circle. Looks like Doc's going to try to go for the res onto Innate. We'll see if Snow Patrol can maybe get an angle on this and make him pay for the res.
Oh, Refray just kind of drawing a little circle around Deadeye there. Wishes he could get that one back. But the QE spam just not quite working out. I think Snow Patrol, I don't think Unorthodox is going to give anything for free here. They know where Snow Patrol are. Azuki lets a couple shots out. Oh!
Grant going to find the opening. And spot out the second one. The shot's coming through, not landing home just yet. He'll take one shot to the face, and that'll be enough to make him reposition. Doc should get that res pretty easy. Deadeye already on it, as a matter of fact. So an 8 should get up for pretty much free. The Grant is on the move.
The center zone starting to condense as well. I imagine these teams want to exit from this fight at this point. There's just nothing else for them to do, and Snow Patrol start to leave. And center zone, Sen still have a huge split. RID have a pretty big split, and this northeast though still wide open for Nightly take control over.
Yeah, if this is going to be one of those games, if we do get that hard shift circle 2, it's going to catch a lot of these guys off guard. A lot of teams just opting for playing the dead center. So we'll see where Circle 2 decides to take us. Knightley is coming in from the north side. You can see Liberate has been trading shots back and forth with Dragon. Nothing too serious just yet, although Cozy is coming up from the south, so that might be an interesting third variable. And actually, I think Cozy's going to hear the shots and just immediately turn it around. I think Tetra and Vexel realizing this compound is free and clear. And Cozy will make themselves cozy in that compound for the time being. Orion eating a little bit of blue coming out of Los Leones, but they'll make their way in for the most part. And Snow Patrol has also made it in. There we go. Ooh. The hard shift comes in. And that's going to make things interesting now in the south side.
This is one of the reasons why, generally speaking, as a hard team as well, we like kind of keeping some control over where Shogunate are, because it has so much access onto multiple of these shifts. And Supernova is going to drive right into D-Stem on this rotation. It looks like he's going to be okay, but they're driving right to the triple warehouses where THC are huddled up right now.
Yeah, it's never at least just scouting it for right now. But D-Stem, as you said, right there. We'll find the line now. We'll take the shots, get him down to about half HP, but that's not going to be enough. Supernova will take another shot in the back from THC from the compound. Might have been Grizz that landed that one, but now Send is regrouped, and they got to decide where they want to go. They've found a compound that's pretty free for the most part for right now.
It's not where you want to be, though. That's for sure, especially as the Azahar team. You want to get a little bit more. That compound is very little sightline, so I imagine they're still going to be looking for more here. And the rest of these teams are all going to condense on that south side, so you do want to try and get a little bit of control, as I think they're going kind of back down towards Azahar.
It looks to be the plan. They are all in vehicles and heading in that direction. A lot of people in vehicles, though. You can see Cozy making their way through the valley to the south of Al Azahar right now, and they could have some company here soon in Liberate as Beams is starting to look over in that direction. You also have Dragon making their way as well. So the south side very congested for the time being. Knightley, meanwhile, has made it in. Shogunate going to take a few shots in parting as Send has made their way through Azahar. As Raven actually going to post up, and he's going to land a few shots into Nomad. That's going to be enough to pull him off. But now the rest of Send is landing it right into Knightley, as Maji and Beck have found Ripper and the Knightley split.
This is dangerous. Driving down this road, you just drive down a little death valley. And if Send actually make it out of here without losing any kills, it's going to be a fumble by Knightley. Looks like Maji's starting to slow down. Ripper can't quite find the shots.
Beck is still driving around, trying to find somewhere where he can maybe post up safely, but
I mean, RID's on their back too.
Yeah, RID has, you can see Tatel is sneaking up on Ripper right now. Might be doing a little crab walking of his own. As looks like Beck is just going to try to get out of there, and they're just going to leave Maji for dead. Yeah, sneak attack. Come up over the top and find him. We'll take a few shots in parting from Shogunate, but not enough to get the knock. As Send, well, they are all types of split up now. They still have
this. Tatel goes down too.
Tatel spotted out by Ripper. That's going to be good shooting from him. Tatel almost had the sneak attack onto him.
Another team's coming around this east edge. Dragon's going to turn into this as well. You have all these teams are choosing not to recenter. That's why Sen now have a priority spot in front of all these teams, and 3 teams are choosing to cannibalize themselves on this northeast edge.
The fact that Sen made it all the way to where they did with 3 up, only losing 1, is nothing short of a miracle, really. Tastu
looked like they should have lost too.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it was dead to rights. Tastu going to find sneak attack and Kite Kite gonna go down. Well, we'll find the knock on a Tasty with the grenade, but Junior now gonna be pushing up onto this. Meanwhile, you got Knightley and Dragons also fighting off to the west. I think Ripper might be the last one up. Or actually, no, he's got Buddy Morans, but he is nowhere near to Ripper right now. Can't help him at all. Lemon Squeezy is out in the blue for Dragon for some reason. As
He's wrapped around them. You don't know that he's wrapped around the shack?
Oh, they completely
could make a
him.
play here.
This could be huge. We'll see what Ripper can pull off. We've seen him do some pretty phenomenal solo stuff before. He gets one. No. Can he get two? Yeah, he does. Oh, Wally Structor coming at the perfect time and saving Dragons the embarrassment as Ripper does go down.
We get a hard southeast or southwest shift, by the way. We go all the way back to where it's Hasi. Oh no, this is gonna cause some absolute chaos in the southeast. Poro, good luck with the play-by-play.
Yeah, these hard shifts have been absolutely brutal, and we can see now Cozy trying to make their way in. THC has a 2-2 split. They've got American Grizz and D-Stem holding down the backside, but they're getting shot in the back by White Lotus, so they can't afford to just kind of chill here and camp Cozy. Cozy, I think, realizing what's going on, they sniffed it out. They hop back in the vehicles, but now where are you going to go? They're going to drop back down, getting shot at from Shogunate. They'll be able to break line of sight for now. And are they actually
right at them?
Yeah, it looks like, are they actually wanting to push right into Shogunate here? They're kind of. It looks like they're thinking about it, but then they.
Oh, it's a bully moment.
Oh boy, yeah, they do the little Tony Hawk Pro Skater half pipe, come back down and reposition. It looks like they're going to do for a longer wrap, try to wrap around Shogunate.
You know what they're not going to expect, Poro?
Dragons.
Is a four-man of Dragon and a four-man of RID still not in the zone on this northeast side. Shogunate also not in the zone. So this is a fourth team coming in on a side where it seems like everyone's pretty content kind of meandering their way in.
Well, they sure are. I mean, look, we've got inside the center of the circle, everybody's pretty much comfy in their own compounds. I mean, the last two from Snow Patrol just pulled up onto Sen. That's about the closest anybody has got. Now Shogunate's starting to push in. White Lotus has been holding this 2-2 split for a while now, and this might be the time where they end up paying for it, as Shogun is crashing onto him one side, Cozy crashing onto the other side. So now White Lotus is pulled into 2v4s. This is not what you want if you're White Lotus, although Cozy, are they going to do it? Are they going to crash onto it, or do they get scared away?
That is a scary hill to push up, because with this with these two members of RID on the west side, they can shoot at them the entire push, and it looks like Cozy's just slowly making their way through this while White Lotus regroup on the compound.
Plus will escape for the time being. Okay.
Here comes Dragon.
Yet another hard shift as we go off to the north, and Dragon just going to send it with two right into the middle of Shogunate as they are trying to push onto White Lotus. So Deadbuster will turn it around, immediately find one. Lemon Squeezy is going to go stay alive for the time being. Oh, he's on fire.
Wait.
Oh, no. And he's dead. He died to them. Deadbuster just killed half his team. I don't want to say again, but again. Actually, no. Okay. Deadbuster. I was actually Deadbuster killing it.
It was Deadbuster. Yeah. Also,
killing
by the
another
way,
team this time.
With all these teams kind of meandering, and we get a hard north shift, and there's nobody in that compound. Dips freeing through the center of zone right now. All these teams stuck on the south side, and I think Dips Free are going to be pleasantly surprised when they find that compound, unless RID take it in front of them.
There's no way that Dips Free is actually going to push all the way to that compound thinking it's free.
They have a little ridge.
Yeah, they got a little ridge, and this is. I mean, considering they're coming from the south, and this is all they could really scout. This is, I mean, not bad for them. They lose one for their troubles. THC, meanwhile, has sent Elsna across the street, and she's going to pull up into Shogunate. Stay alive for the time being.
Oh! That's two on Liberate. Liberate trying to push on a no-cap here. And Compot holds his own with some help from his team. It looks like they're going to be able to hold off this push. All these teams on the south side trying to aggro in so that they can actually find a foothold in a zone. Neither of these teams are in zone.
They are not. Guabi and Beams now, the last two up, and they're just using whatever terrain that they have in front of them. Adit did get taken down. It hasn't been res just yet. Gat's going to find an angle on a Guabi now.
Hit that.
And okay, there he goes. Gas will get that one. It's all down to Beams. Beams is pushing. He's going to push right into Dark Choice. He'll win that 1v1 right off the bat, get the down and the flush. Stay alive for a little bit longer, but the blue is closing in now. It's down to just Compot and Gats. Very cute boy. Try to hold out this last player of Liberate as they are getting shot in the back by Boomers. I think Boomers actually has the angle onto Beams as well, and he has found the blue, or the blue has found him, and I believe this might be it for the boy. Grizz! Okay, Grizz.
Grizz and Narnia comes in and takes that kill away. We still have Orion. Orion on the west side of zone have to make their way in, and I think they're getting held out by Zuki. Zuki and Grant Lannis, a 2-man in that compound. Send and Cozy still holding that north side. Everyone's finally made their way in except for No Cap and Orion here.
And Grizz still trying to hold the nice little angle here, see if he can maybe pick off one more from No Cap. But the blue is there, and it's time to go. And unfortunately for him, he has now been spotted out by Boomers. So Grizz maybe giving his life for the cause here. Yep, Compot Trash will find him. Bruiserton will flush him. So T8 losing one there.
Ryan managed to go all the way through center zone as well, and they take a hay bale right by Dips free. They're getting shot by everybody, but they're in.
They are in. Docs, I think, was the primary shooter right there in 8. Still trying to find something else. Not going to find Gats as they try to make their way through the blue. Compot Trash, the last one up. He's got the grenade in hand. He knows Tilt Town is right there, so maybe one lucky grenade. Maybe you can find a little good fortune. See where it lands.
Doesn't quite get there. And Tilt Town know that they can't push too much further up. They're in full sight lines of 3 different teams if they go much further, and we have a hard north shift. So they're just trying to find some kills here. Oh, and White Lotus push right on top of Shogunate and find 2.
Oh, Cutie coming up as well. He's the last one in the pushing. Pluis and Colsey kind of holding anchor positions back towards the warehouses. We'll see if Cutie can stay alive for the time being. Nomad Wrath, the last one up, but this is going to be a hard push as a solo because you also have T8C off in the distance that are kind of making it
Third-partying everything.
Yeah, a little bit difficult to peek. T8C doing a hell of a job at third partying and just kind of taking advantage of what they can. Looks like
this next zone is going to be tough, though. A lot of teams are displaced again off another hard shift, and T8C, Boomers,
Tilt Town.
All of these teams have to fight.
Tilt Town 3-man sending it into the circle.
Oh.
They lost one. They're sending it right into an 8.
Right into an 8.
Oh, we got him.
Oh, no, Dips 3 helps him out with that last bullet. He managed to get the kill. One up on Islo, and Islo's in the middle of the field, and oh, he tried to run him over.
He tried to. Well, Rat All Day is going to get spotted out by Evil Pickle. Dips Free is just cleaning up right now from these these little hills and the cliffs, the little ridge lines that they've had to work with. Pickle will get taken super low. Somehow Deadeye, the only one to survive, and he has got a load of boxes there to keep him meted up and probably get some more utility. Looks like JL Day should get res by Hedonics here. Grant Lannis
East End is in a tough spot here. Boomers are pushing up as a 4-man behind him as well.
Oh, THC in a lot of trouble. Stem the last one up. He'll stay alive for the time being. I don't think Boomers knows where he is, as White Lotus and Boomers just kind of fighting over the top of his head. He just hears bullets flying over the top, and he's fine with that for the time being. Pluis going to try to come in for a little bit of a flank here. The grenade's going to come out, not going to find the flush onto Sixel, and now you got Colsey going for an even wider wrap. Take a few shots, but not going to find anything. Meanwhile, T-Stem is just staying alive. Blue moves in. Oh, there you go. Okay, Pluto's going to spot him out. But, Necro's going to flush, take him down for the overpeak there. Boomers right on top of each other. Oh, my God, Cutie. We'll find Necros through the smoke. But White Lotus would love, you got to imagine they'd love to push on this. I mean, Boomers is just all right on top of each other, but they can't really do it.
It looks like they're going to be able to push out of this dip. Boomers, 4-man stacked. Oh, Ronan gets taken out as well. Cutie is putting in the work. They need to find a knock on Cutie. They need to make a play.
Well, here we go. Bruiserton going to go for the flank here, while Sixel maybe trying to go for the res onto Necros. Colsey, they still haven't gone for the res on the Pluis just yet. Just kind of holding it down right now and making sure that they don't get wrapped on or pushed on from any direction. So Cutie, getting shot from the back here by RID. So Cutie not going to be able to push it. Now Bruiserton's going to get shot in the back from Dips Free. It's going to force him to push in. He gets almost taken out there. 1 HP. And Evil Pickle will finish him off.
Dips Free has been absolutely working every team trying to take a normal fight in front of them. And Dips Free picks both of them up. Dips Free absolutely putting in the work in these 3 games. And Send goes out as well. Send somehow got themselves put into a pinch, leaving their compound between Cozy and Orion. Cozy and Orion trading back and forth now as Vexel goes down.
Ohio going to try to crash into this. Nitrogen still kind of off in the distance, running some long range support. Tetra also not really wanting to leave his spot. Kind of looking to see what they can find right now. Ohio going to go for the res, while Orion just holding the line right now.
If this takes too long, Dips Free can pressure up and start getting some damage out on them.
I mean, this was pretty much the one move that Dips Free could make, is to wrap around on the south side here. And there, Shirky is starting to look over in that direction, but they haven't committed to it just yet. And meanwhile, White Lotus is spread all the way as far as they can on this eastern side. RID just vibing in the middle of the compound.
They strolled in on C5, I think it was as well.
Yeah, they absolutely did. They got this compound absolutely for free. Cozy does get the res onto Vexel. They're back up to full strength. They are kind of right on top of each other. Orion has a little bit better of a spread here. But like you said, Shirky starting to make his way in, and Stone Storm can't really provide his attention over here. So in a way, it's a 4v3 between Cozy and Orion, as Stone Storm is a little bit preoccupied for the time being.
Looks like Cozy's trying to commit on this wrap too, because they know, these 2 West teams know they have to clear one of the other out. Otherwise, they're dead to rights. And Cozy have committed a 4-man peek in. They find Stone Storm.
And Stone Storm right off the bat. Now it's a real 4v3. The Molotovs will come out from Company Guy, from RJX, from Broke Status. They're trying to prevent some kind of push here, but it's not going to be enough. Pseudo Void actually going to be the one to get the knock on to RJX. Nitrogen's going to go down to Broke Status, as DF has come again at the perfect time to third party onto this. And they're just getting these kills for free, shooting into the backside of Orion. It's down to just Broke Status and Company Guy. This should be able to get the heals off. Cozy will get back up to 4 strong, as Nitrogen has been rezzed. Ohio going to try to peek up over the top. Company Guy holding it down for the time being. Here's the footsteps. He gets the shots. Oh my God, Ohio roasts him in the quick 1v1. But here comes Dips Free, full strength, full committing onto this. Evil Pickle and Shirky. Shirky will find Broke Status, but Ohio will go down as well. As he said, Dips Free is just being absolutely pain in the ass for every team on this western side. They are coming in at the perfect time every time.
Committing this west side, though. If they don't clean this up fast, they're going to get pressured by White Lotus in their back.
Oh, there goes Vexel.
White Lotus is committing a push across the road already, right on top of the solo member of Dips Free. Pseudo Void has to hold off this push by himself as they peek over the top. Oh,
Pseudo Void. Find one. Colsey trying to come in for the wrap. Cutie will find Pseudo Void. That's going to be it for him, most likely. Lewis did get flushed, though. So White Lotus does lose 2, and now RID have left the compound. They're on the hunt. Nitrogen is still alive for Cozy as a solo player. Dips Free down to Shirky and Evil Pickle. And now it is RID will find Cutie. That's going to open things up for the end game here, as we now have Colsey all by himself. You got the duo of Dips Free and the solo of Nitrogen. Actually, now the solo of Dips Free, as Shirky has been spotted out. Good shooting from Colsey. RID just trying to get whatever points they can out of this. Nitrogen will get taken out by Pickle. And RID, 5 kills already, but gotta imagine they wish they could have a few more.
They can look for Colsey right now. What I'm worried about RID is they're spreading themselves pretty thin. They're not playing on top of each other, trying to clear these edges, which leaves it open for these members to clean up. And Dips Free is actually going to be able to run all the way and get this res. They have 13 kills. Pickle was sitting on a 6-pack last game, Poro, and he's got 7 this game. and they're going to pick up this res. It could go for more.
Good awareness from Pickle to realize that he had time to go for that res. And it looked like Dips or RID was starting to get interested in coming over here. Colsey going to take a few shots in the back, which, well, Colsey's still outside of circle right now. So RID, like you said, they are a little split here. Colsey will get spotted out by Shirky, though. And that's going to do it for White Lotus. And now it's just the 3v2. Dips Free could still win this.
Dips Free could definitely still win this, but Shirky goes out and he's going to be prone in the open. And that is all she wrote. Run it down. Getting that compound and still executing this endgame properly with a 7-kill win. But Dips Free, I'm sorry. I think that's the story of these last few games. Dips Free has stepped up to the plate.
Dips Free, huge.
Oh my, 14 kills. 14 kills, Poro.
14 kills in a second place. You know, and of course, if I hadn't have said that they could still win this, they might have actually got the win. But I feel like I might have cast a curse on there a little bit. But run it down. You know what? For their part, they got the compound. Got a little bit of compound curse, but hey, 7 kills in the win. That's pretty good considering you got a little compound curse there towards the late game. Sweet Potato with 5 for himself. Not too shabby. White Lotus, again, 6 kills in a third place. Not too bad for them either. Cozy will get 5 in the fourth place. And then Stone Storm broke status company guy RJX will get 5th with only 1 kill. So a few kills kind of spread out around the rest of the bottom of the leaderboard. But yeah, as you said, Evil Pickle, Pseudovoid, Shirky, Lugla, you know, fantastic job.
Definitely. I mean, what's nice is that I think we're getting a few of these teams shaking up the leaderboard a bit. Dips Free is going to be climbing up after being basically a no-show on day one. And they're going to really elevate themselves into this leaderboard. And a lot of the top teams not doing quite as hot.
Yeah, Liberate, where are they at? Once again, 14th, 1 kill. So they're leaving this door open for a little bit too long. We'll see if they decide to come back and shut it here in the next game. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have game number 5. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody, and welcome back once again to the Tactical 8 Pro Am. I am Poor Source. Joining me again is Steezy BB, and we have four games in the books. About to head over to game 5. Two more on Miramar for the day. Last game, we saw Dips Free pick up a bunch of points, and let's see what the leaderboard looks like. So 20 points for Dips Free for that one. Run It Down did get the win, and they'll get 17 points for their trouble. White Lotus, Cozy Crew, Unorthodox. You can see where everybody's sitting from there. But I think the big story's got to be Liberate, man. They have just they put together the big game 1 win, and they just have not been able to do much since then. And I got to imagine that overall lead has to be slipping a little bit.
It's definitely slipped a little bit, but the one thing that they can be happy about is a couple of the teams that were close to them aren't picking up massive point games either. Send also the last couple games haven't done that amazing. They've picked up their kills, so they're doing fine. They're not doing that much, and No Cap at the same rate also hasn't picked up too many points. On the other hand, Cozy Crew, Dips Free, starting to pick up a little bit of a gap. Boomers also were one of the teams close to them, and they haven't done too well. So I think the leaderboard's starting to actually spread a little bit more evenly.
Well, there you go. You can see Liberate still in first, but it's down to just a 6-point lead as Dips Free has climbed up. Ascendants just behind them. No Cap, Cozy Crew, all with 80 plus as well. White Lotus down a little bit further with 71. Boomers in 7th with 69. Nice. And
nice.
Then you kind of got a little bit more of a drop off down to Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, again though, it's the same 7 teams now. We'll see if some of these mid-pack teams can step it up a little bit. I still think Unorthodox and Nightly, they still can make a bit more of a climb than they have. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of point gobblers, but these last 3 games have definitely spread the points out. We'll see if Dips Free can keep this momentum up. The way they're aggressive right now, obviously there's certain situations where it feels like they could be punished a little bit harder. Like that last game on that little Miramar ridge, they got the 3P absolutely everyone. And it's actually a really hard ridge to defend from in the mid game if a team chose to aggress. But thankfully they managed to hold it back and picked up a huge game from it.
They definitely came in pretty clutch there as we head into game number 5 of 6 for the night. Well, this time we're going to get a nice west to east plane on the north side. This is it's pretty far north, but I think most people should be happy with. I think you can get to everywhere you need to be. I mean, Chuma might be the only place that
Chuma, West Leo, that's about it.
That's about it. But for the most part, I think people will be happy. I don't think we'll be seeing too many in Campo Militar or Tierra Branca this time around. We'll see, though. I don't know. You never
maybe
tell.
Some of the teams that did well up there, they'll choose to long float back up, go for the repeat performance.
I mean, hey, we could get the same circle again. You never know. PUBG has been known to do that. It just hits us with the same damn circle over and over again. We'll have to see if anybody drops on anybody else right now. Dips Free and Unorthodox kind of on top of each other heading down there towards Picado. Is this going to be a Picado hot drop?
Wait, they're right on top of each other. This is Dips Free? Dips Free, you're feeling themselves.
I guess so. I mean, they do have they have to worry a little bit because Lula is a little bit separated from them, and it looks like Pickle's actually going to pull off as well. So think maybe Dips Free might have
Oh, they're
been,
swerving.
yeah, they might have been flexing a little bit, and then saying like, you know what, we could do this. Are they just gonna
Is
go for?
Shirky swerving? I'm kind
I,
of confused.
yeah, they
Is there a
okay.
miscommunication, or is Shirky's committing the 1v4?
Looks like
Or is he just he's gonna go for that car and hope he can get out? I mean, this is I'm just curious what's going on with this. They're getting aggressive on this. Jade goes for the end and Nate gets it. That's optimistic. I'll say that much. Stealing that specific car is definitely pretty optimistic. I think Dips Free maybe just felt like they had the hot hand and then last second changed their mind.
I guess so. Definitely ballsy, and Lugla actually going to take a few shots as he tries to go for the other vehicle just a little bit off to the west, but looks like he'd be okay. Circle has popped, and we are going southeast.
Liberate,
looking nice, This could be the rebound. We're not. It's not happening.
It's not happening.
It's not happening.
You know what's crazy, Poro, is in PCS 1 groups, me and the boys landed on those East Islands, and we almost won that game.
I remember that. I remember
we took a second in a 4v4 against Zen, and we almost won that game, basically because we thought it'd be fun.
I was like, why the hell are these guys dropping on the islands?
Content
like,
team, win or lose, Poro. That's what my pick'em said, and I stick by my guns. Win or lose, we're here for the content. I don't mind being Dan's gamed in chat.
I gotta ask, okay? So you got 4-man dropped on the islands.
Well, we had one guy up to the north, where Beck is right now, and yeah.
So 3-man. Was there enough loot there for 3-man?
There was enough for 2, I'd say. But we managed to pick up some more loot. We might have actually. Did we have 2 on the islands, or? I remember being okay, but I remember we came in and we could still. Yeah, I think we actually only had 2, and then we came in and we looted a little bit more along the coast, and then we just came into those dips and basically had a good game. Yeah, we came down to a 4v4 against Zen. They had a little bit more zone control than us, and that's all it was.
Checking a look at Send, already starting to make their way down here. Beck getting a little bit close to Juniart and Licensee. See if he runs into them and Liberate also.
Oh, come on, Beck. If that was Poon or Shinboy, he's launching on the top of those rocks. I'm telling you. The number of times I've looked a kilometer in the distance. I just got my 6X out. I'm doing my, IGL scout thing. And then I just see bikes flying into the sky, and I'm just looking on high ground media, just waiting for the clip. Waiting for the clip of how they messed one up this time.
Like you always know who it's gonna be.
There's only 2 teams really that do it, and Zen and Oath have the most shenanigans with their vehicles. Like Oath, the way they manage to flip or stick their cars, as mechanically talented as that team is, the shenanigans that happen just confuddle me every time.
Okay, so I got another question. Looking at the map, on a scale of 1 to 10, how greedy is this split from Liberate?
A good 12. A good 12. Because the thing is with these compounds, and Ice is already trying to bail out. The thing with where Ice is, that compound is a hard crash compound, right?
Oh yeah,
like that's a huge prio compound. Beans' compound, hard crash compound. And then if you look at JR's in the compound to their east, where I thought Hallow might have split off to, both of those are in a low ground where people also crash. And no cap. Oh, Compot camped them out, but he gets traded.
Oh, Compot will go down as Raven as Send pushing in. Beck will finish him off, and are they going to get the rest?
Oh my gosh, they lose one for this. And no cap are pushing out for this.
What is this? We're full game 6 now. As No Cap has crashed in, they'll find Beck on the opens. Raven going to try to trade back with Adit, but Adit will win. A very cute boy, actually. Gas will win that trade. It's down to just Maji. Maji working inside the smoke. He's got his eyes on Dark Choice. He's to turn around and try to take out Gats, but Gats will find him as well.
Beams with a little bit of help on Maji as well. I can't believe. Okay, that was just wild. Send just going straight for the roadside dip. Like I was saying with those low ground compounds, that's another place that gets committed to all the time. And Ice wants a piece of the pie as well. With one knocked on No Cap, it is only a 2-man that's up. And looks like Liberate won.
Liberate committing 2 to this push. Hello Senpai and Ice Tech Bone, 1 on each side of the road. As looks like Adit's going to go for the res. That's throwing down the smoke wall to try to slow them down a little bit. Hello Senpai, you can see on the other side trying to find an angle. Ice Tech just can't see anything through the smokes right now. Adit is going to get out of there. Dark Choice will get out as well in the Murano. Now Guabi or JR also pushing up. A few shots from Senpai, going to get Cute Boy very, very low, but it's not going to be enough. And now they're getting shot in the back as well by RID from long range here. So we'll see if that'll be enough to pull Liberate off. Ice Tech and Guavi still pushing, still hard crashing
Hallow's
into
looking
this.
for another angle on this too. Hallow's going around that north side of the road. They want this. They want this bad.
Well, THC is also taking shots from range into this. I mean, you can see tracers just flying all over the place as NoCap does manage to get out of this, but now Liberate finds themselves in a little bit of a tricky position because they pushed this on foot. They should be able to get out of this, I think. Yeah, okay, there's another Murano there. Senpai's got his
It's pretty crazy that none of these
motorcycle.
spots have gotten backfilled faster though. Like all of these priority positions where Liberate were split 1-1-1-1 as Zuki takes Ronin clean off the bike. But all these positions, all where Liberate were, they're all priority on this circle. They get fed and none of them have been backfilled.
A lot of early game action here.
Oh, what is happening here?
La Bendita Crater and Mitchie. Okay, Mitchie will find him, but he's gonna go back down as well as Evil Pickle will find him from range. And there's just, what do you do? There's so much fighting going on.
Oh, we got another fight. Tiltown and Orion on the north side of the zone, north of Minas. They're driving
trying to drive
through.
Company guy gonna take a few shots. RJX finding shots as well. Nothing gonna be enough to get any knock. Savage will get knocked to about half health. Islow managing to get through that fairly cleanly. And okay.
I kind of expected someone to die driving through that death trap. But
that was, yeah.
Liberate get pulled up on by Dips Free now.
What is going on? What is going on here? Liberate is just greeting this whole area. They don't want anybody in their sphere of influence. Lugla goes down. Pseudovoid, now the last one up. Pickle has been picked out of the car in the middle of the field as he tried to come and provide some support. So now Pseudovoid has to hold off the 1v2 against Hello Senpai and Ice Tech. We'll see what he can do. He does have that AK. He could get a knock at a flush fairly quickly if Liberate plays this too cavalierly.
He's just been being played like a ping pong ball. He's just being sent from one side to the next and just keeping this momentum going. Liberate clearly want to get some points back on the board. The rest of the games were a little slow for them as they try. Oh, and we get a hard north shift.
Jeez. Okay, well, the hard north shift comes through. That's going to be enough to make Liberate want to push this. And you can see they're on the move, fully three-manned up. They are not going anywhere individually as they do not want to risk losing anybody to have Pseudo Void here. Nobody wants to die. Nobody wants to be the one that dies to the snake.
Pseudo Void has not taken a single step. They have no idea where he is. He should get one flush out here.
Oh, Ice Tech. Oh, he didn't even take the shot. He didn't take the shot. They have no idea.
Immensely patient.
They might actually get away with it because they're starting to go for their vehicles.
Wait, they cleared everything but that room? They went upstairs, but they never cleared the whole first floor. That's
That's unfortunate. We'll see if Hello Senpai ends up paying the price here, as he is the last one left in this compound.
Unless Crab People again.
Never know. Crab People. Always something to be worried about. Liberate, meanwhile, other two guys sending it back to the hills where they previously were. Beams still alive as well. Senpai going to leave. Pseudo Void. Oh, he's on foot. Senpai going for the bike.
Go Pseudo Void.
Senpai gets
Pause champ.
Maybe.
Oh,
Senpai. Oh, Senpai. He took the time to boost. Dude, I lost him.
Oh. I feel like wait, is he stuck? What's going on? What?
Looked like he might have been.
Oh, it's a one tire.
Right,
it's one tire. Pseudo Void.
Oh,
this
no.
is a free kill.
Oh no.
Liberate just get away with it. Liberate weren't even made to made bleed. I mean, Pseudo Void lives to fight another day as well. So I suppose he figured the patience play was the play for them as Cozy takes the center dips. This north side zone is still basically wide open.
Yeah, you have Orion coming in from the far north, and they have nothing really in front of them until you get down to Tilt Town. Cozy going to try to send it in. They're getting ripped apart here by White Lotus, but it's not going to be enough. Cozy going to get all 4 into the northern part of North Impala, and now White Lotus has some uncomfortable neighbors here, as they're also getting shot in the back by RID as well. Lewis maybe finding himself a little bit on an island, as he is the farthest north from his squad.
The zone does like coming down to this area where Cozy crashed, but a little bit to the southwest, towards where White Lotus have all grouped up. This 4-man of Cozy in this one shanty is probably not what they want. They probably want to try and pressure out to where Pluis are. White Lotus also should know that they have them trapped. These are free pickings for White Lotus.
Yeah, as long as Colsey keeps his eyes on that and feeds that information over to the rest of the gang, they should have a good idea. Pluis going to use that time to reposition a little bit, as we see another fight going on here in the blue.
Unorthodox with
Nightly
an
and unorthodox. Yeah, that was definitely a sketchy camp there.
Oh no!
We get another hard shift. Hard shifts all day, and now there you go. White Lotus starting to push into Cozy. Cozy leaving their little shack, their shanty, starting to push out, but they're paying the price. Vexel got knocked low. Nitrogen got knocked low. Just take a little bit of a break here to heal, as Cutie's going to come over and join the gang in the push here.
They want to wrap this fight up fast so they can control the rocks on the high ground that are going to feed into the zone, because the next zone is going hard north. This zone will go north one more time, so these teams need to wrap it up because they're not going to be in on the next one.
Vexel and Nitrogen going to go for another flank. Pluis going to move before they have spotted him out. Colsey still looks like he may have spotted out Vahio and Tetra. They get knocked down to about half HP. But
all the rotates through zone too. Everybody's just sending it.
So much action going on right around this fight, as it is taking a while to really play off. Nitrogen looks like he might have found an angle onto somebody. But this fight, I feel like it's never really going to break off into a big thing, as they have just so many places to hide.
Liberate have pulled up in between two teams with Dragon in the field behind them. Liberate are going to have to deal with Tilt Town and Boomers on their west. All of these teams just trying to make it to this ridge line where the next circle is going to go.
Tilt Town, I think, know that they're there, but haven't really gotten to a position to shoot at them just yet. Liberate will stay alive for the time being. Dragons looks like they're trying to make their way in. They're going to get spotted out by Boomers. Looks like Wabi with the flank position. Oh, Dragon actually going to go down as they try to rotate in. Meanwhile, the fight's still playing out between Cozy and White Lotus, although they finally spotted out number 1 Potato on a little bit of an angle here. So Cozy getting the opening knock. And another fight going on between RID and Docs.
Nightly still have to make their way in on the west, and RID, like you said, have to make their way in against Unorthodox. They did find Innate.
What the hell is going on? Kite and Gats in the middle of the blue, passing ships in the night.
Like I said before, Poro, when you see two players going opposite directions of each other in the blue, something's gone wrong for both teams.
And Kite's going to try to make his way in. THC will spot him out, though. A few shots will land, but they are having a rough time trying to finish him off. It looks like Kite will stay alive.
Pseudovoid snuck in the jungle where Boomers are, by the way, from Sharky. He's made it all the way to the jungle.
Well, he'll stay alive. Kite will stay alive. Gats will stay alive. Actually, where's the rest of Nightly?
Nightly's way off in the south in the blue.
Off in the blue. Okay, and there you go. The hard shift north once again. And only one team really. I mean, Orion's just laughing right now. They're wondering what the hell like everybody else is doing. They haven't seen a team, I don't think
they've heard a gunshot. They've been so distanced away. No cap, he barely makes it into zone, but he's in the middle of the open. Oh no, Kite.
I go for the red. I gotta go for a little bit of a heal here. Yeah, it's just I don't know how he said that. Was a very ambitious grenade, I think, from Boomers. As Gats staying alive for the most part. Looks like Cozy will run into White Lotus again, as that fight is just taking 5 years to play out.
I don't think I've seen a longer fight.
It has been forever. Meanwhile, Liberate looks like they've turned their attention towards doing a little gatekeeping onto Boomers and the rest of the solos off to the west side. THC starting to move up a little bit north. Nightly, well, Ripper's going to go down to the blue as Nightly, I guess, finally ran out of meds here. D-Stem going to spot Morns and try to take those shots. Morns actually landed the nice little shots there on the seed swap to keep himself alive a little bit longer.
All these teams on the west side have to still make their way in. Liberate have a hold on the side. Necros and Bruise. Oh no, Necros gets found out as well. So many teams just being displaced. Nobody's predicting these zones.
It's rough. It's rough, to be sure. A lot of solos, a lot of snakes still involved. Liberate feel like they're still in a pretty good position of control on this western side, but now you got THC starting to move in. Morns is going to run into Elsna, and Elsna will get taken out in the 1v1. Bowler and D-Stem will try to collapse on him. Hello Senpai, I think, will be the one. Actually, no, Pluis is going to be the one to take him out, because now D-Stem has been found out. That's going to be it for him. Jay Bowler and American Grizz still up for THC. Grizz has been spotted, though, by beams and will go down. Gats going to try to get involved as well, as the solo Snaky Boy will find Guabi, but then Gats will go down to Hello Senpai. And oh my god,
Cozy's also managed to find their way in front of White Lotus, and White Lotus are the ones out of zone now, as they have to make their way in.
Jay Bowler, the last one up for T8C. We'll see how long he can stay alive. Liberate, meanwhile, does get the res onto Guabi. They're back up to 4 strong. White Lotus down to 2, still trying to find their way into this zone. Cozy, meanwhile, lost 1 with their fight with White Lotus. But they look like they're maybe in a spot to do a little bit of gatekeeping here. They're expecting these 2 to come out, but no lines. Oh my god. Okay. No lines to be found. So they won't be able to take any shots at that. And White Lotus will get into zone. And RID going to come up over the top at the perfect time. They'll find Cozy. They're also taking shots from range from Jay all day, from Docs, way, way away. As Tetra's going to go down now as well. And Cozy just getting picked apart here by Run It Down. Ohio, the last one up. See if he can maybe get one or take one with him on his way out. He's going to lie prone for the time being, and he's so sneaky.
They have they are not clearing this edge at all. Oh, it's going to get a free kill.
He gets what? Oh no, Ohio.
He gets instantly headshot with that SLR, and Cozy goes out. RID get the pressure up on White Lotus now. This 2-man stuck on a Murado. That nade is good.
Oh, it finds one. Cutie's down. Pluis is down to about 20 HP. Pluis working to heal himself up on the edge of the smoke. Another grenade will come in. Not going to be enough. Oh, Sweet Potato finishes him off anyway.
RID coming alive.
Push.
After all that chaos on the south side, RID are the winners, and they have this entire south side for free. THC creeping up onto Hello Senpai.
Oh, Jay Bowler
opens up.
Jay Bowler gets the knock onto Hello Senpai. He's getting shot in the back by RID.
He just wants the flush.
Oh no! All he wanted was the
flush.
Taste2 couldn't give it to him.
All right,
Hello Senpai will get rezzed. Oh my goodness.
And Liberate aren't done yet. They still have to deal with Tilt Town. They've been neighboring Tilt Town, I feel like, for the past 15 minutes. And Tilt Town are setting up in front of them now.
Looks like 20 minutes into the game now. Orion finally going to see people and start taking shots over here at Tilt Town. Tilt Town, like you said, though, still getting involved with Liberate. Isla going to find Guabi. As
Shogunate pushing up on RID? On the south?
Shogunate. I'm not sure if I've seen any shots come out just yet between either of them. I think the line of sight hasn't been there. And there we go. Sweet Potato going to go down. Licensee will go down. Zolnox will get traded. Nomad will go down. Down to Deadbuster and Arson. Juniart, the last one up for RID. They're getting shot at by Ice Tech, as well as Liberate doing a little bit of third partying. The smoke will come out from Arson, but no shots coming out from Docs. They're going to try to flush these kills out, see if they can steal them. Juniart still alive, still working around, seeing if find anything. Deadbuster will come up over the top. Junie will find him. Now it's just down to Arson. Ice Tech is pushing into this from the west side. Doc still taking shots from range. They're going to get the flush onto one of them, I believe. Licensee, actually, Sweet Potato going to get res by Junie here. Licensee will go down. Zulmox will get res by Arson. It's back up to a 2v2.
all of that work
Oh.
put in by both these teams, and neither of the teams end up with any of the kills. As the third parties ring out and steal, Dox has stolen so many away from this fight.
Feels so bad. As Deadeye actually getting real frisky onto this. He's pushing right in on the bike. Junior gets knocked pretty low here from Ice Tech. Sweet Potato still up as well. Arson still up for Shogun.
no.
And now Deadeye going to take shots. Oh no, Zuki boy. We'll find Deadeye out in the middle of no man's land. So Doc's paying a little bit of a price here for the greed coming out from Deadeye. Deadeye, you use bolts. Why are you pushing somebody? Just shoot them from 5 miles away. This is what you do. It's your thing.
All these teams just eating themselves alive right now. Opened up Liberate's
got the
move in
bolt.
from the
That's
west
right
side
there.
as well. And Liberate, they were in between so many teams, but all of these teams just pushed away from them. And now they've got all the space in the world. Orion have to make their way in. Adonix is coming down to regroup with Red all day. And Orion are starting to get opened up on by Liberate.
Hello Senpai going to find that opening down into RJX. Not been flushed yet. Okay, Senpai will get the flush as well. Stone Storm taking a few shots back, but he's going to get taken down by Hello Senpai. Hello Senpai is just a beast right now. See if he can find Company Guy. Gets the flood. Beams will finish off that kill. So make sure Liberate adds to their 14 kills that they've managed to collect so far this game. Broke Status and Company Guy look like they are just trying to avoid this, trying to see if they can maybe wrap around over towards the east where Grant Lannis is ready and waiting, but the rest of Snow Patrol has wrapped around to the south now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, there we go. I don't, what is...
There's a lot of interesting solo plays coming out from a lot of these teams where people are splitting up and losing players. Deadeye gets res though. So Unorthodox are back to 3-man strong, and there's no 4-man teams left in this zone, which is normally pretty rare on this zone, because normally there's at least one team that's pretty unpressured on these kind of hard shifts on these north zones. But those unpressured teams have kind of just gotten picked apart as they made their way into the late game.
I think Snow Patrol, I think Zuki Boy maybe was thinking that you go down and maybe try to third party on a Dox, just had no real information. But Grant Lannis will spot out Company Guy, will spot out Broke Status. We'll figure out he is not in the best of 1v2s here. Refray going to try to run over, provide a little bit of support, but it looks like Orion's going to push on this and see if they can take care of him before that support arrives. Company Guy just hard crashing on the other side of the rock, and he's going to find him, just sending it. Now Refray will take the spray from range. He's going to find one good spray with a scar. Somehow Company Guy still alive, but Liberate will come up over the top. Oh, he gets it away. Liberate was actually in a perfect position to steal that. But Refray collecting his points.
No Patrol holding strong there. Refray, they've been in this compound for a very, very long time, but they needed to defend that push. And they're going to pick up a lot of kills out of this. Refray, last one up for his team. Liberate now, though, have control of the high ground. Like you said, they're sitting on 14 kills after the last few games playing a little bit slow. This is more the Liberate we were expecting. They get shifted off of down low, but having this high ground, I don't think they're going to be too concerned.
Yeah, they got plenty of time to sit here and spot out Refray, and well, Beams already knows exactly where he is, so gotta imagine Refray is pretty much dead at this point. But okay, Refray gonna flex a little bit there and immediately turns, takes a few shots, but will go down in the end. Hello Senpai, and now we are down to our top 4.
Liberate could pick up 20 here, or if they clean this up.
5 kills left to go, and there are 5 kills left on the board. Looks like they've spotted out Hedonix. Not going to be able to get the down just yet. Arson just ratting it out for the time being for Shogunate. Seeing how long he can stay alive. RID, they've spotted out some of the boys from Liberate. Take a few shots. Sweet Potato, not going to find anything just yet. Junior inside the crate. That's a interesting view.
Unorthodox,
don't always get to see.
Unorthodox committing on this low side could have been a mistake for them. They're having to sneak their way in. We have Deadeye's proning in, as they're gonna sneak up behind RID. RID have no idea how close they are.
You can see. Listening for footsteps. Hedonix. Meanwhile, I feel like Dox is really concerned about possible snakes here, or just maybe even coming up over the top of this ridge line and finding more people than they were expecting. I don't think it feels like they don't have really good information about how many people are over here, and we'll see if it ends up costing them. They're playing it very, very safely though, very cautiously for the time being, so that's good for them. As Liberate looks like they've grouped up and they're starting to wrap a little bit more towards this western side. Do you like this from Liberate, or would you prefer them to keep the high ground and just kind of keep the spread, multiple lines of sight?
That high ground on the middle of the zone is fairly open, so I think they just want to sweep as aggressively as they can, and I do like that. I do like that. I think they're keeping up their momentum, they're keeping up their energy, and they're going to clean this up as much as they can, and they get a great zone for it. As Hallow finds Sweet Potato.
Well, when you have 15 kills on the bank already, it's pretty easy to talk yourself into doing the sweep here as they go out, trying to see if they can find more, but Beams will get taken down by Juniart. Juniart's trying to stay alive, but this is going to be the signal for Dox as Hedonix has started to move over as well. Ice Tech has the grenade out. He's going to throw, see if he can maybe find something. Not going to hit anything, but Sweet Potato will get taken out. That's going to be another kill over towards Liberate. Juniart staying alive for now, but Liberate does lose one. Hello Senpai and Ice Tech now moving together. Senpai will go down. Ice Tech will try to trade it back, but Juniart is having a hell of a game here for Run It Down. Staying alive. 3 kills so far. The flash coming through. Like Ice Tech will have to get his heal off, and that's actually a nice little bounce on the flashbang.
Unorthodox is about to come up the top. Shogunate happy that he's been left alone, throwing out some util. I'm surprised Junior didn't use the molly over there, but Hallow bleeds out anyways. Ice Liberate is down to a 1-man.
Unfortunate. Ice Tech will get knocked down to half health, and Juniart coming through again. Big game for Juniart, and RID will go down eventually to Deadeye. Now it's just down to Arson, who snaked and ratted his way to a second place finish for Shogunate, but that's going to be it as Hedonix clutches it out. Unorthodox with the 7-kill win.
I mean, Unorthodox really fortunate there that Liberate decided to push hard on that east side or on that west side, and they just got opened up on. I don't think they expected Junior to just go for his pop-off moment, finding 2 and almost finding all 3.
Really, really well played by Junior. 5 kills in the end for Junie. And then, I mean, even though Liberate, I was gonna say Liberate comes in 4th, but 16 kills for him. And this is a team that we were saying they did really well game 1, and they had kind of a number of bad games in a row and kind of let their big lead slip away. Well, now I think they've kind of let it grow a little bit more again.
Well, with the style that they've been doing all day, I think it's bound. It's kind of like what Sen was doing the other day as well, where it kind of can be a feast or famine kind of play style. Obviously, they're probably I don't want to say they're definitely the most mechanically skilled team in the lobby, but they're definitely one of the most. And I think they know that. But at the same time, I think knowing that they've put themselves into some difficult situations of their own creation, but it also leads to these types of games where they can be gunning for a 20 kill. So it does work.
When things go right, it seems like everything goes right. It's a high risk, high reward play style. So if you take the high risk and you come out on top, you end up reaping the high rewards. And that's going to be the case this time for Liberate. We'll see where they are sitting in the leaderboards when we come back. So guys, don't go anywhere. We have a quick break, and then we will be back for the final game of the night. We'll see you then.
you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of yesterday. I fell where my demons dwell. My own little nightmare, I call it hell. Oh well, it's time to get back up. Climbing and climbing, I'm done with this ride, is what I tell myself, so I could feel something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost my style. Darling, where were you when my heart was on the ground? I thought time would...
Hey, everybody. We are back once again for the final game of the day. 6 games in the books for the Tactical 8 Pro-Am. This will be 12th game overall. And I am Poor Source. He is Steezy BB. You know us. You love us.
True.
You do. You very much do. So let's take a look at our leaderboard from that last game. And you can see Liberate riding the ship, getting it back on track. 20 points in the bag. Unorthodox with the win will take 17. I think that's 2 times tonight that we've seen the winning team was not the highest point getter.
Yeah, it's pretty rare, but it's definitely shaping up that way. Like we talked about early on in this tournament, we knew that the teams that were going to fight, we're going to fight. And I think when you have situations like that where teams can gobble up that many kill points, that's what's going to happen sometimes.
That's pretty nice. Good if you can get it. 20 points for Liberate. Unorthodox 17. Run it down. Having a nice little day for themselves as well. 14 points. Shogunate, Snow Patrol, and No Cap. And round out the top 6.
Cozy,
kind of see
Send, Boomers, and Nightly all kind of slowing down today, I think. Well, mostly Cozy, Send, and Boomers, I think, have slowed down a little bit today.
Hadn't been a great Miramar for a couple of these teams. Hadn't been a great day overall for Boomers, I got to think. But let's take a look at the overall leaderboard. See where everybody's sitting. Liberate extending their lead once again, back up to 20 plus after it dropped down to just 6. I think they maybe little bit of a fire under their butts for that last game. We'll see if that continues into game 6. Dips Free with 98, about to break that 100 mark as well. No Cap, Ascendance, Cozy, and White Lotus all in that top 6. Boomers still hanging around though. So I mean, despite having kind of a rough day, they could very much get back into this quickly.
Definitely. And we see one team does bridge a bit of that gap and makes themselves into that top 8, or at least closer to that gap. And Unorthodox with that win.
Yep.
At 66, at least now they're in striking distance of prize money. And if they can keep it up, pick up some more dubs, pick up some more of these kills, they can get right there.
Absolutely. They came into that game in 11th place, so they hop up 4 spots just off of that one win. And just kind of the way things are shaping up, it kind of feels like that is the case for all of these teams, with the exception of maybe Liberate. You can't really go any higher than first, right? So one win with a nice little stack of kills could end up jumping you several spots and put you in the running for some of that prize money, which they told me what it was, and I can't remember.
I believe it's top 4 make prize money, and every win is $20 as well. So wins matter. Don't throw games. Even if you're at the bottom, you can still make some money.
We take that. I'm getting we got another. So 500 for first, 300 for second, third gets 200, fourth gets 120, and as Steezy said, $20 per chicky dinny is just enough to buy yourself a nice chicken dinner of your own, should you want to.
Look at this plane, by the way, Poro. That's the nuts one.
That's awful. That's just plain bad.
Oh, it's a great one. I love this plane.
No, you don't.
I do.
You absolutely don't like it.
I can hit both my loot spots on this plane. Once again, like the start of the day, all that matters. Me.
so self-centered, man.
NA, by the way.
Okay, I bet you do it with no mask on either.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Ruin it for everybody. Well,
it's not helping me. Anyways, we got Dips Free coming in on top. Dips Free's coming in. This time they want it. It.
I mean, it is game 6. If you're going to full send it, full commit, this is the time to do it. And it looks like that is going to be the case. Docs will get, it looks like the west side of the town, or the north side of the town,
they
get
apartments. The apartments have a lot of control in Picado. Anyone who's done a lot of hot shopping in Picado against like actual good players and actual good teams knows those apps control so much of the movement within the town.
We'll see what Dips Free decides to do, given their poor position here. They do have Lugla on the north side of the street, kind of off to the east end in the 2-story. So they could at least provide a little bit of cover on the street side.
Oh, we also have a wait, someone's stealing the car from Valville Mark.
Oh, yeah.
It's just all right. Well, anyways.
I'm telling you, man, White Lotus they are car thieves all the way around. This is like what they do. Early game, it's car thievery left and right. Okay, so it looks like Sudavoid going to start creeping a little bit closer on the west side of the town. JL Day, meanwhile, it looks like he's just kind of holding position right now, listening for those footsteps, feeding that information over to the rest of the gang. Evil Pickle Looks like he was checking apartment windows. Not going to find anything. Shirky just looting up inside the casino. So this is going to kind of hard break for a little bit here. This kind of feels like one of those things where it's going to be slow, and then somebody is going to get the first down, and it's just going to all pop off from there.
Oh, 100%. And the way Jay's playing this, I mean, he should get a free surprise kill if Pseudo decides to push up, which is why it's hard to just make these pushes. Looks like Innate is joining him, though. So they could go for this two-man push down the West Road. Pretty much in Picado, in a situation like this, there's very few ways you can actually push. Obviously, you can't push down the mid lane way, because you're just going to get blasted unless you push with a knock. So generally speaking, a lot of the fights in this city normally happen on this West Road, because that's the only place there's cover. And it looks like they're going to pressure up. History spots him.
Yeah, Evil Pickle joining Pseudovoid. They're going to take a few shots in the opening at Innate. Nothing going to land for either team just yet. Pseudovoid will pull back after he crept a little bit forward. Evil Pickle just working the wall. The throwables are going to start coming out. Not going to find anything. No damage done.
Lugal snuck up on the app, too. Lugal snuck up right on Deadeye's app.
He did.
Oh, he's just running along the front. Okay.
Shirky is a little bit disconnected from the rest of this fight. Pseudovoid will trade a little bit of fire. Jay all day will go down. That's going to open the door here maybe for the push. Evil Pickle going to use the wall, wrap around, then maybe spot Innate. Going to take the shots, going to get the down.
Oh, no.
Good shooting from Evil Pickle, and now Lugla will get spotted out by Hedonix, but Hedonix will get traded out by Shirky, and it's all down to Deadeye. I believe Deadeye has now maybe spotted Shirky, knocks him very, very low, but not enough to get the flush. As Dips Free keep 3 up.
Dips Free absolutely rolling through that. They only lose Lugal because Lugal thought that they'd moved off the apps. He'd been running through the front of the apartments, like I was saying. I think he just tried to group up with the team a little bit too quickly. But Unorthodox losing 3 for 1. We'll see what Deadeye chooses to do here. Dips Free are definitely going to want to clear him out.
So Void going to hop inside the apps, try to see if he can maybe pinpoint where he's at. You'll see him push.
This is a nasty angle. It's you can't. It's tough to spot out right away. Deadeye should get some free damage on this.
Evil Pickle managing to get across there and get in before Deadeye is able to spot him out. And now it's just going to be all 3 of Dips Free boosting up, getting ready to go. They're going to push this as 3. Oh, dirty angle. As you said, he'll find Evil Pickle, immediately gets traded back, but no! Shirky takes out his own guy. And I better believe that Deadeye had that in mind. He's down to 22 HP, but managed to get the first aid off. Shirky trying to find the angle. He finds it. Good shooting. And Shirky redeems himself
if
after
Shirky,
almost throwing that thing.
If Shirky had gone down there, you know there would have been words. Or none at all. No words for a while. A lot of words or none.
Well, it looks like Stone Storm is finding himself
clown car
getting cashed on by No Cap. And now we also have a clown car from Tilt Town crashing right into Liberate. Beams in the long building. Wabi going to be in the warehouse. Hello Senpai will land a few shots from the hilltop. Ice Tech going to try to provide a little bit of support as well. These long buildings, man, are so hard to push. I hate seeing them get pushed. Tilt Town going to go ahead and crash right into it. Beams stay alive for the time being. Ice Tech going for a really long wrap here. Coming around on the backside. Beams will take the roof.
I like this play. It's his team can fully support him if Beams just plays on the roof. They can't actually clear him out. This is really tough now for Tilt Town. Tilt Town are basically the ones now that are stuck.
Well, they're stuck, but they're stuck in a really hard spot to push here. So we'll see how they decide to play it. Ice Tech did get spotted out, and he's going to get knocked low. Beam's going to get knocked low as well. He's going to leave his rooftop spot because I think they're getting shot at by, I think that's Cozy from range. So Beam's not able to hold the rooftop anymore. He'll drop down, heal. Ice Tech is going to try to reposition, but man, that's a scary place for him to be. A good grenade. Going to get Savage and Doobie knocked pretty low here.
And it's surprising Ice being able to play there.
Yeah, he's been able to get away with this for quite some time, but he has to still be worried about the long range from Uzi as Doobie does go down. Good shooting from Hello Senpai. Senpai going to get knocked to about half HP. Beams is going in. Beams is making the push.
Oh, no.
It's knocked low. He goes down. Beams. Maybe a little bit greedy there, trying to go in there as a solo, and now Guabi is going to run up on him as well. They're going to get the mollies, though, and that's going to be enough to get Savage down. Beams maybe jumping the gun just a little bit where the rest of the team could get there. It's down to Laser and Eislow, but they could still do a lot of damage here to Liberate if Liberate pushes this wrong.
When they're getting third party by Cozy, he has to make the push in. He full blinds Tilltown. Ice is closing the gap as well. Laser trades back some damage. It's a classic awkward long building push. Ice spots out Laser, goes for the shot.
Eislow is burning. Eislow is down. And it's down to Laser. As Laser is on the outside. Does Laser not remember that there was somebody over here? I thought. No, that's actually long range shots from Dragons. Because Laser getting hard pushed. Oh. Okay.
Did Ice just single fire that?
I don't know.
I think he thought he must have reloaded and he still just only had that one shot. Goes for the one shot and misses. Nightly now are repositioning on this. Ice has no idea that Nightly's right on top of this compound. Nightly's going to want these kills. They're going to know that Liberator on the back foot. And I like this. I like this aggression from Nightly.
Taking a position where I think he heard it coming. Ripper, you should hear the footsteps right off the bat here. Sneak attack and Ripper with the
that shift.
Oh, he spots him. Ice Tech gonna trade back and forth. Gonna get Ripper down to about half HP. Sneak attack coming up over the top. Ice Tech wins it. He'll get the flush as well as Ripper just runs away. And now Ice Tech pulling out the Alm. I mean, he already got one kill by hip firing the Alm. Might as well see if he can get another here.
Oh no, Nightly.
Good hold.
Nightly, they decided to spread thin there instead of pushing over the top together. Ripper didn't realize that Sneak Attack was pushing up. There's probably a little bit of miscommunication there. And unfortunately, they get one flushed out in a situation they had full advantage of. And Ice gets a knock!
Jeez, I'm Pete. Okay. Nightly, things not going too great on this push. As maybe bit off a little bit more than they could chew. Meanwhile, I mean, yeah, they already got one flush. They got another down. Ice Tech just down to push this. Liberate going to come with them. They're going to get a few shots in their back from Cozy, but nothing too substantial. Is now they were going for the res on the Morns, and RJX actually immediately re-knocks him as Ice Tech starts.
Oh, nice sliver.
Come on, you got this. I love watching Bolties, but we got the push coming out. Ice Tech going to go for the downhill push. He's got the flashbang. And a pretty good idea right where Ripper is. Flashbangs should find a little bit of something, yeah. Ripper
he's holding it for right now. He's blind.
Oh, he's absolutely blind. Oh, there you go. He's taking down Morns. Gets rezzed and gets healed, though. So Hello Senpai going to go down. Doesn't put... okay. I thought he might be able to get back into the smoke cloud to avoid the flush, but Kite goes down immediately as well to Guabi. And now Morns is the last one up. That will be it. Liberate collecting 8 kills in the first 11 minutes of the game, down to 2 players.
I mean, they have only 2 players up, so this was a big punish. Ascend is in the middle of a fight with Boomers now. Sixel and Bruise already down. I think this fight's going to end before it even really starts. But Liberate, 8 kills. Obviously, they wish they didn't lose 2 players there. They get 1 flushed out in a 3v1, which is something you generally don't want to see, obviously, but they're going to be happy. I mean, they're happy with their 8.
They're probably just fine. It looks like Boomers tried to push on to Sen's compound, paid the price, lost 2, but Necros and Ronin are able to escape, get back to the north side of Power Grid. Shogunet's still there, rolling around in vehicles. We did mention, haven't really talked about it too much just yet, but this hard shift to the west causing a lot of problems for teams early. I mean, 11 minutes in, we're down to 13 teams, 41 alive. And
look at center.
Just completely open. Completely
open. There's 5, I count 5 priority compounds that are all wide open in the zone right now. Teams choosing not to really split out. Dragon are 4-man in that one compound. Dips 3 are grouped up in Smiley. So a lot of space is on the map. Snow Patrol decides to take the gas station, and RID are down a 1-up.
Just full-on Game 6 action as T8C will push in to the Power Grid. Oh, Boomer still got 2 in there, so you got to be a little bit careful. Circle will shift, and it's going to cut hard to the north.
Oh
Send
no.
will be happy.
Oh no, this is a tough zone. This is a tough zone for a lot of teams to make it in on because a lot of it is unplayable. Not too much, but a fair amount of it is unplayable, and teams are going to have to try and make their way in, especially with how dense this south side is.
This is going to be rough. Snow Patrol already hopping in vehicles and just bailing on everything to the south. Yeah, just get out of there. Go take it. Dragon's going to push up as well. They'll leave White Lotus to their own devices to fight back and forth with Tastu, who's the last one up for RID.
This is a big gift for Sen, too. Sen choose not to keep up their split. They realize that they've just been gifted a nice little zone, and they group up on the shanties. Oh, boomers.
Oh, boomers. Boomers will find one. Elson is going to go down as THC has lost 2 on this push. It's down to just Jay Bowler and American Grizz. Orion also creeping in a little bit here. As Dips
one
Free
in
has
the
kind
compound.
of
There's Raven.
Yeah, it's always. I don't know how you lose a guy inside your compound, but Zraven being the one solo scout here for the rest of Send, kind of feeding information over, and it actually looks like Supernova is going to come and join him, as there's a lot of stuff obviously going on to the south. Dragon actually going to go ahead, hop in the vehicle, and send it over to the compound, but White Lotus looks like they were heading that direction, but pull off just in the nick of time. Pluis will go and rejoin the rest of the squad.
This zone can be a funny one on Miramar because generally speaking, this just goes to the northwest or the west towards those Monty dips that we've seen played a lot. But there have historically been a lot of zones that end just to the west of Zraven, in between Snow Patrol and Send. The circle will break sometimes if it can't shift off these rocks, and it plays right there on the north side of those dips.
We'll see how it decides to play out. The east side right now, very, very congested. 5 teams all hanging out around Power Grid and areas to the south. No Cap has made their way in, taking a few shots over towards Dips Free. Not finding any knocks just yet, but it's also allowing Boomers and Orion to gain a little bit of more information on what's going on to their south. Boomers, meanwhile, still spot out THC. Down to just a bunch of duos around Power Grid for the time being, as it looks like everybody, for the most part, is inside circle. Liberate still trying to make their way in. The remaining duo, and they're going to get a few shots sent their way from Tastu. That's going to be about it. And it looks like Guabi and who is it? Who we got left here? It's Guabi and Ice Tech. There's plenty of room for them. 38 alive here and at circle 4.
We get the northwest shift. So that's
my goodness.
That's pretty much what I was saying. It should do. It generally has to do this, but if sometimes it'll break if a little bit more of that north high ground is in north of Shogunate. So thankfully it did a normal shift. So these teams should know what's going on here. No Cap are pulling up in between Dips Free, and Shirky gets knocked in the back from Send.
He does. Pseudo Void, last one up for Dips Free. Just going to hide behind the car for right now, but he's going to take shots from Dark Choices. He has been spotted out. A couple of good shots going to come out from Pseudo, but he is eventually going to go down, and that is going to be it for Dips Free. You were saying we see these circles that end over in this area a lot, but man, it's not very often where we see them end here on just 3 hard west shifts in a row.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think today has been absolutely chaotic in terms of the hard shifts. I feel like every single one has been a hard shift. So
just nuts.
It's been difficult. It's definitely been difficult for these teams to play these out as much as we talk about the chaos. Number 1 Potato driving straight into Liberate. Cutie goes down.
Cutie goes down. Cutie gets flushed. Potato will stay alive, but only just. As now Ice Tech has spotted him out from range, but he's got to pull back because he is getting shot at. I'm not sure if did he drop it or did he just run out of ammo?
I guess he could have run out of ammo.
I don't know.
I'm disappointed in him either way. We got to fight on the north side of zone. White Lotus is still trying to make their way in. Oh, is he going to get up? Oh, clean shots from Flax off the bike. Pluis goes down too by Deer Cart. And White Lotus gone. Just like that.
White Lotus out in 11th. 17 minutes in, just on a rough rotation, running into Dragons and Liberate, nothing really they could do. Now, No Cap still trying to find their way in, but Ascend has the
Look at that firing
biggest,
line.
longest firing line on this eastern side that you'll ever see. Raven, the southernmost pin man. Looks like he might have been spotted out by Gats. No Cap still have 3 up, so they still have a way to get in here, and it looks like Sen might be a little bit distracted about what's going off to their north. They had a little bit of a line of sight on Boomers, as looks like Boomers and THC might be coming to a fight here. But Sen, they gotta realize that No Cap is the priority here, right?
Oh, Sen definitely know that they have to collapse on No Cap here. And oh, Jay Bowler finds the knock with the headshot, takes Ronan out. Jay coming alive.
Absolutely
Necro's last
nuts.
up.
Jay Bowler's cracked.
Just don't put a barrel in his hands. That's what I've learned. As Grizz takes out Necros and THC. 3 kills, they win their side of zone, and they're going to be surprised to see that both the compounds in front of them and the ridges are all clear.
There is nothing on that north side right now.
Oh, No Cap.
I mean, No Cap sneaking their way through, somehow have managed to do so. They know that Zraven is up here.
This is a death funnel, Poro. This is a death funnel.
Boy. Oh, this is rough. Oh, no. Well, there you go. Zraven will pick up 2 easy kills there. Compot will trade it back, though. We'll find down on Amaji. We'll see if Zraven can get in here and finish off the last player. That's a good grenade. Gets him real low. Not going to be enough to flush him out, though. Zraven just keeps peeking in Compot.
This little cubby. This reminds me of the Erangel prison cubby back in the day when you used to be able to just hide in there. I remember getting a second in that twice in PUBG Online. Being really happy.
Oh my goodness. Back in the days, the PUBG Online snake days. Well, the circle does pop, and we are going to go straight to center, but Zraven is not going to allow Compot to stay here. But Snow Patrol is on the move up here too, though. They got to be quick about this. Compot could be a big enough pain in the butt here that Sen gets surprised by the push from Snow Patrol.
If one of these north teams decide to spread this way as well, it could spell trouble for them if THC flex over. But Snow Patrol have crept right up on them, and Send have no idea. Send have full tunneled on Compot. They really want this point. Maji's looking the other way now, but Send gets opened up on, and Send lose 2.
Oh no! It's almost like you saw it happening in front of your very eyes, and meanwhile Compot is just sitting here like, oh, well, all right, cool. I guess I'll stay alive a little bit longer in this.
If you are
zone.
Send, you are upsetty spaghetti right now. This is a nut zone.
Absolutely malding.
If you have the shanty control on this zone, you're thinking this is a game win. And losing 2 on a walk up like that from the middle of the open, practically, yeah, they want that one back.
Oh, Rife healing up. Compot gonna come up over the top. I think he realizes that somebody might be in that smoke. He's pulling back just a little bit.
Oh, the zone takes it.
Feels bad, man. Ascend landed the shot, but the zone steals it away. Refray will go down to Ice Tech, but Ice Tech going to get traded out by Zuki Boy. So now down to just 1 for Liberate, but they've managed to make the top 6 after all that nonsense.
Why is Zolmok? Where's the rest? Okay. I'm confused. Cozy and Shogunate were almost like they were on each other's teams. Half of their teams are on the other team. Oh, he just runs
Oh no!
Oh, Vexel's so blind.
Arson will find 1, but immediately get traded back. Nomad will find Vexel, and that's going to do it for Cozy. Well, actually, the still 2 up for Cozy for some reason.
That's what I'm saying. The 2 men of Cozy were with Zolmox, that they were their own 3 men, and this 2-2 were another team of their own.
What is
Shogi crew?
Steezy, what is going on? It's game 6. We're down to our top 5, and it is we're a duos tournament now, boys.
There's 10 alive in phase 5. 10 alive phase 5. THC get another zone on that north side, and THC are just wondering, where is everyone? They've been playing slow on that side, but if they just took 2 steps forward, they'd see that there is nobody in this circle. Not a single player.
Absolutely.
I have never seen not a player in a phase 6 in a competitive game before. That's incredible. These guys are doing it for us. I'm sure they're all doing it on purpose for the content. It's a good time.
Do it for the gram. As Ohio will find Nomad Wrath from range. as our duos tournament will play out here. Grant Lannis going to take a few shots at the toesies and not going to find anything just yet. Actually kind of surprised. It looked like he was dead on with that. But Arson going to have to pull off for the time being. I think might be able to get the res here, but does not look like he is overly concerned about making his way out there to get it. So Cozy will make their way in a circle. T8C Bowler will find the compound. Grizz still on the high ground, seeing if he can get any information, and he might get more information than he wants as Supernova and Maji start moving in here.
Then sitting on 9 kills right now. They did lose 2, obviously, to the unfortunate push up from Grant, but I mean, they could still easily win this game. I would argue that they have one of the best spots in zone. They're going to have high ground the whole way down. Ooh, somebody get that on. Jay, get that on.
Oh boy.
Show it to us.
Oh, I want to see Jay Bowler action is the only thing that I want in my game 6. Nomad Wrath.
Like I said, though, Send have the priority position in this zone, in my opinion. They have everything that they'd want here. And now they just have to deal with all these other singles and duos that have to push up towards them.
Nomad Wrath got knocked, but gets rezzed yet again as Shogunate will stay alive, albeit they are absolutely beat to hell. We'll see where they decide to go from here. Looks like Send was looking around towards the north, but now they're starting to wrap back down towards the south to see if they can maybe spot out the Snow Patrol gang here. Zuki Boy taking a few shots over in his direction. Nomad Wrath once again gets spotted out as, okay, yeah, that's 3 knocks in a row on Nomad. He should get flushed this time. Yeah, there he goes. As Arson manages to avoid the bullets. Nomad doing his best to be a bullet magnet for his teammate.
Well, when 10 people are alive in 20 minutes, this is the kind of silence you have in phase 6.
Yes. This is definitely going to be a little bit of a slow finish, gang.
Grizz is trying to work his way through, and look at that. Oh man, Sen get a good hard shift. If they weren't in the best position before, arguably they definitely are now, as Grizz gets pulled up on by Supernova and Maji. Supernova gets tagged from the back though. Oh no.
Oh, he went for the grenade. That's not going to do it. He'll go down and get flushed as well. Arson got spotted out by Grant Lannis. So that is going to be the end of one of our squads. We are now down to the top 4. We've got 3 duos and Jay Bowler, who could pick up an at any time.
If Jay clutches this out with an
Jay, get the damn
Sen sitting on 10 now. They hit their double digits. Cozy, I don't think, have picked up too many, so they want to get involved. Grant sitting on 5 himself, and it looks like Snow wants a repeat. They want to walk up and try and find another 2-piece on Send. They're working their way slowly up behind them.
Yeah, you say that, but Snow has just been hanging out on this southern lip here. It feels almost like they just want to protect their spot. Oh, Grant will find Supernova. And that's going to be the sign to push here. As Grant and Zuki Boy, they get the opening down. And there's the nade to try to follow it up.
Oh,
it's nice. Oh, but the
little short
comes in. Here comes the flashbang. Supernova can't heal. They're right in time. Zuki Boy going to find Supernova. That's going to be it. And good push from Snow Patrol. 9 kills now in the bag.
Grant Lannis and Zuki coming in clutch, hitting those headshots. Didn't give them time to reset. They knew that they had to put the pedal to the metal. Don't let them fix anything else. Oh, Jay. One thing we need you to do.
I'm maximum disappoint right now, but he does have the level 3 as KZ starting to push in. Jay hears it. The grenade comes out. Does a little bit of damage to Ohio. Tetra. 1v1. Jay finds one. The stun. But Ohio stuns himself. Jay, don't go for the reload. No.
Jay.
Oh dear.
Oh Jay. Oh Jay. I mean, he almost pulled it off. He definitely got that first one clean. He got that clean
1v1.
Yeah.
Imagine if he had the though.
Yeah, if he had the he wins that every time. All he has to do is whip it out. the Poro. The Gosh, this is what I have to deal with.
Oh no, production laughing in my ear too. But Snow Patrol, the big. What is that? 9 kill win. Grant.
10 kill win.
Oh, 10 kill win. Grant popping off with 7 kills for himself. Ohio will get 3 for the Cozy Boys, and that's going to be it for them. But they get the second place, not too shabby, as T8C get third place with 4 kills. Probably would have been 20 had Jay just picked up the Alm, but whatever.
And also props to Liberate. They still pick up 11 kills on this. So 11
Yes.
kills, 6, and they make a little bit more distance again. No cap with 5. I think everybody else was Dips Free picked up another 5 as well. So Dips Free also holding on to that spot tight.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I mean, Liberate still with a little bit more of a lead now, or having their lead back, I got to say. But it's still not set in stone, like you said. I mean, the Dips Free is still making moves. They're still collecting points. I think all of our top 8 really are kind of hovering right around each other. And with still 2 weeks to go, 12 more games, we're halfway through. I mean, there's plenty of time for this thing to flip flop all over the place.
Oh, definitely. I think there's definitely a lot of mobility left in the leaderboards. And who knows? Liberate obviously still had their few big games, but if they slip up a little bit like they did midway through the day, and Dips Free pop off like they did today, they could still catch.
I mean, I have no idea what to expect from this lobby anymore. I mean, after game 2, all bets are off, and they didn't have for in all fairness to a lot of these teams, these circles were brutal. I mean,
definitely.
You want to talk about hard shifts just all over the place, things going, where the last place you would really expect them to. It's been pretty nutty, but for as crazy as it got, you got to give credit to Liberate and the guys at the top that they remain consistent.
Yeah, for sure. Liberate did a great job today. Even when they weren't doing so well, they were still picking up kills, and they keep themselves up on the board. Snow Patrol with another 20. A lot of 20-point wins today.
A lot of 20 bangers for sure. This time, at least the winning team is going to be our top team in terms of points as well. Ascendance in second with 14, Liberate with 13, and Attack 8 Community with the 9 banger. Cozy Crew right behind them, No Cap right behind them. Let's see where our overall leaderboards are sitting halfway through. Liberate in first with 136. Dips Free breaks 100. And Ascendance right on their backs. No Cap right behind them. A lot of teams. I mean, it's looking pretty close there. Although there's pretty good drop off there from 5th to 6th.
There definitely is a big drop off now. And I mean, when we originally went through this was fairly similar to what was predicted or what was expected. I think that Dips Free are definitely playing super well after today, and No Cap have been really consistent. I think No Cap were great in day 1, and they've been solid today as well. So props to them for staying up there.
Yeah, I gotta say, we talked about all the top 4. Cozy Crew has been a mixed bag for sure, but considering they've been kind of a weird mixed bag of mixed performances, they're still managing to stay up there in top 5 and still in striking distance. So you got to give them credit as well. So good job by those boys. But guys, that is going to do it for us today. We will be back next Monday with another 6 games for you for the TAC 8 Pro Am. And hopefully we'll see you then. But Steezy, thank you so much for joining me on the cast tonight, man.
Thanks for having me on the cast again, or casting with me.
Have fun?
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
I always have fun with you.
Well, everybody make sure you tweet your favorite game 2 moment, or any of the 6 games really. But
yes,
I feel like most of them are going to be game 6 mode. But get out there, show your support, show how much you've been enjoying us, and let everybody know to come in for these last 2 weeks. And but that is going to do it for us tonight. So I've been Poro, he has been Steezy. Behind the cameras have been Band in Black, Weem, and CD6 on production. So, guys, thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you here next week.
Bye.